No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I'm sitting down with Bounty Hunter BJ. And I'm very excited about it because I've watched a lot of your content. And I got to say, you're probably one of the best storytellers that has emerged from Southern California in my memory.
Wow. That's a major compliment coming from you, Adam.
And you notice I didn't say L.A.
Yeah, you said...
I'm learning slowly.
Why Southern? Why not just Los Angeles? Because I represent it all. It's definitely the WATTS, but
that's what I'm saying.
Los Angeles in general.
I know people from Watts don't love being put in the LA bucket.
Right. Well, that's because we call our own little section our own little city. Mm-hmm. At one time, we would have been our own city until they branched everything off the way they did. That's why Compton ended up with their city, Inglewood, Long Beach, and et cetera. But we should have had our own little city, our own little mayor, our own little police, everything. We had housing authorities once upon a time, but the housing authorities patrolled each housing project, basically, in the 70s and the 60s.
Right, because the first time that I went to the Nickerson Gardens, that was one of the first things that I said to the guys who are hanging out on the block, who seemed like they were there all the time, is I said, what's the crime like? What's the danger like right now versus in the 80s or the 90s or the earliest time that you remember? I remember them saying that there's a lot more cameras, and so that kind of a lot of the illegal activity that would have been going.
You talking to babies though? They couldn't possibly tell you that. You talking to a vet right now who could tell you all that. They couldn't tell you, man. They weren't even born.
Right, exactly.
Some of their mamas and daddies weren't even around. And their mamas and daddies weren't even off the porch.
That's facts.
Feel me?
So what year were you born?
I was born 63.
Okay. And your earliest memories are there, or was there other places that you lived before you?
No, well, right now I'm centered into a project right now I'm producing, directing, created, called The Beginning. Uh-huh. And it's my story. It's a short doc film. I just could get back from Kansas City, Missouri right now, which is my actual hometown, bro. You feel me? And so what it is this story depicts and shows who is Bounty Hunter BJ, a.k.a. CEO Nino Cappuccino. Like, who was he born as? Because he has these particular alter ego characters, but who is the actual birth character of Bounty Hunter BJ? So right now I'm about to reveal that to the world, to TV land, as I like to call it on my show. And it's going to be powerful, man, and explosive. And what it does is it takes us back to my birth, the beginning. How did I become this notorious bounty hunter once upon a time, this gangster who put 30 years of active duties in the street as if he went and enlisted in the Army somewhere or the Marines, but I did it in Los Angeles, the streets of Los Angeles, and state to state. So who is this individual and how did this come about? How did this character develop? Who was he before then? And this is what I'm showing the world through my short doc film called The Beginning.
Okay, I like it. But, okay, so you're born in Kansas City, you said?
Kansas City, Missouri.
And then you end up making your way to California.
To Los Angeles. 1969, my father, I already had two uncle out here, a cousin by the name of Cecil, my Uncle Roosevelt, rest in peace. He was out here, which is one of my daddy's brothers, and he's a war veteran because my father was a veteran from the Marines. Four of his brothers was veterans, basically. And my father was he's an exploring dude, He spoke 5 different languages fluently, you know what I'm saying? Very, very smart. He was my hero. The only hero I've ever had in my life outside of God was my father. And so he decided he wanted to pack up and come to Los Angeles to start a greater life for his children and his wife, which was my mother. And we ended up in Los Angeles in '69. My father bought into a corner on 103rd and Broadway. He bought a whole corner and a whole duplex. And so we stayed there for about a year, and him and a partner ended up partnering up, so they bought into this diesel company, and my father ended up bellying up. So at that time, he lost I remember precisely at that time, because I was young, and I had a real strong relationship with my father. We talked about everything. He taught me consistently, so he told me how he took the loss, and at one point he was going to, really murk this dude, but he fucked the dude up, but he didn't kill him, you know what I'm saying, but because my father wasn't no joke, you know what I'm saying, and this is where my genes come from. And
but this guy scammed him or something. This guy that he did this.
Well, he just didn't know. He just didn't know his Adam. He didn't do his due diligence for his business, so some other cats got him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they was out of Detroit some damn where, you know, and this was some Italian dudes.
Okay.
So Pops took that loss, and he said, you know, he had a family meeting with us and told us, you know, we're going to have to move, and, you know, we're losing everything. And we ended up in the Nixon Garden. We had a choice. My Uncle Roosevelt and my relatives and them stayed in the jungles. Then I had my cousin Cecil was in Nixon. So we ended up in Nixon, which I proudly, you know, respectably thank Pops that we ended up in the Nixon, not taking nothing from the Jays because it would have been the jungles, Black Peastone, or bounty hunters. But I ended up on them hunter side. So that's history. That's how I ended up there, man.
How different you think your life would have been if you grew up over there?
On the West?
Yeah.
Primarily, probably I would have ended up banging the same aspect, because what led me to actually gangbanging, Adam, was the loss of my parents and my little brother back to back to back. Don't know 20-year-old cat, man, that's just coming out of adolescence to teens to the young adult stage, who has a profound relationship with his family. Because his family, mind you, I grew up with family, aunties, uncles, and great aunties, grandmamas. That's all I knew. So I grew up with real family once upon a time, and it was morals, principles, values, strategic rules. Like, we didn't sit around grown folks when we was kids, like these kids today. Oh, our parents weren't having that shit. We weren't in their conversations and all that and all in their mouth. We couldn't do that. So I stood on those standards and those principles. So when I lost my parents, back to back to back, I lost my king first, then my little brother 17 from a car accident. 6 months later, he died at 109th Street Park in my hood, where your boy had the little boxing match at.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Feel me? And everybody thought it was in the projects, which is no way, no possible. But anywho.
Okay.
So yeah, man, my little brother passed of a heart attack after the fact.
Right.
He had a busted blood vessel.
But how did your dad pass?
Cancer, bro.
Right.
That's why I hate cigarettes. I don't do cigarettes, tobacco, cigars, none of that shit, man. I hate cancer.
So that blunt, what's that wrap?
That's a hemp wrap.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you trying to put me there?
I was just curious because I seen the blunt earlier.
Listen, man, I'm sure, man.
Shout out to our sponsor, King Palm. They got some nice hemp wraps as well.
Yeah, hey, and by the way, man, I need that Bonnie Hunter BJ bottle, man.
Hey,
Stop playing, man.
Next time you come through,
playing.
for sure.
And no jumper killing it right there, man. Yeah. I'm a marketing man too, man.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but then your brother dies in a car accident.
Yeah, so
these are all like freak
back to
accidents.
back,
It's not like they fell victim to the streets of LA
bro,
type shit.
I wouldn't be sitting here telling you this story right now. I'd be on death row somewhere tarnishing. No,
Right.
ain't no way in hell, man. You know what I mean? If anybody, a person brought harm to mine, bro, they want to kill me. It ain't no bust ifs, and about it. So just fortunate, thank God, it was, I hate cancer. I think that's the most deadliest disease and weapon in the world that mankind has used against us, because that's not no God formulated thing. You know what I'm saying? That God formulated that to kill us. But my father smoked Benson & Hedges menthol 100s. And then, mind you, he was in the war as well.
Oh.
Mom smoked it 100 menthol cools, with the Kings, man. So we used to hide their packs of cigarettes. Then my father died of cancer. 6 or 7 months later, my little brother was in a car accident. Then my brother passed as I go into the system in 1983 for a high power kangaroo case, which was called the HK case, the Hawkins case. And I go in for leading a regime of bounty hunters and lot boys into war with SWAT, the police, Los Angeles Sheriffs, LAPD.
And when you say this is a Hawkins thing, is this related to this whole like crazy rivalry that I read about between the Nickerson Gardens and the Hawkins Burger joint across the street?
Yes.
Wow. So you can actually shed some light on that, because I've read about it, found it incredibly fascinating, but never really knew anyone that I could talk to about it.
It's funny that we speak on it, and we might just partner up on it as well, because
It's still kind of an open wound, right?
I wrote a complete mini series to this because it's my life. It's about my life and my homeboy, which is my childhood friend, Lorenzo Foreman, a.k.a. Big Hook. And it's about our life, our characteristics, and my homeboy, Lot Boy Tony, who got killed.
Okay.
And this is what got me involved. But I was there. I was the individual, one of the main characteristics, the main character. And I went to prison behind it, me and my crimies and the whole nine, man. So it was something that was very, very serious. The old guy, Senior Hawkins, he killed the little girl prior to this, 15 years old for some candy.
He killed a 15-year-old girl who was stealing candy?
Shot her in the back for some damn annihilators. Wow. She's from some Carver Park side.
And that's the beginning of all this?
That was, no, not for us, but that was the beginning that stirred up the community as far as everybody looking at them Einstein now. We're like, hold on, because at first we gave the Hawkins and them love, respect. Nobody messed with the old man, none of that. We knew his sons and them was crooked and them was doing, well, at least we did the cat. When I say we, us in the streets, the street cats, like myself, you feel me? So we knew they had some going on and all that, but we never really tripped on them. And so when they killed the little girl, the Carver Park cats down there, they complained and everything and it kind of rallied up, but nothing really took place. And then it was just like instantly, a few months later, they killed my little homeboy, which was out of the Nixon Garden projects, and our community wasn't having it. It was in the uproar,
And so then how does that continue to play out with the burger joint being there and everything? Because when I've been there now, it seems like Hawkins is kind of like a point of pride for the people in the projects there. They love going there. It's kind of like they're proud of the fact that they have this really dope local burger joint across the street.
Well, not spoiling the bean and trying to take nothing from that out of me being a dinosaur and
right.
last of that breed of where I come from, second generation. I don't fuck with it because I did time behind it. My life was implicated behind that corner. We lost a life. So for me, it's really sentimental and it means something to me. But for a lot of my youngins, these are my babies. The cats you see and you've been around, they're my baby homies. I mean, my young homies, they're my baby homies. I've been knowing them since they was babies.
Right.
They daddies, they mamas. I didn't grow up with some of their mamas, they daddies. So they really don't have the knowledge to know. So they don't know. So and we don't take that from them because, like I said, it's a new era, new generation. That was 35 some odd years ago. Life went on. People changed. People grew. Even myself, I've changed tremendously in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? As far as my growth. I self-retired from the streets. So, I became a CEO, entrepreneur in the game of music and film, and I went on to obtain my degrees. So it's like my mind and my mentality is not on it as far as tripping on it. Or none of us got out of prison and tripped on it because the corner wasn't there. Once we start paroling and getting out, the corner wasn't there like that. This corner didn't start developing and growing again until we came into the millennium. After the peace treaty years, and we grew and went into the millennium. Then that corner started growing because the grandkids took over and inherited, as well as the sisters, the kids who were still alive, and that's how it was rebuilt and reproduced. And then they had that connection with the projects because a couple of my OGs, like my OG Cowboy worked there. He was one of the chefs that cooked hamburgers for years, and his connection drew the projects there. And so that's where the connection came back about where it brought them back together, basically, which I think in the end, it's a cool thing because, like I said, it's a community-based corner. And before the war, before everything developed, that's how it was. That was our spot. Like, as kids, as baby, we used to go in there and play Pac-Man and Centipedes and bet all day, $5, $10 bets and shit, playing the machine. So that was our spot. You turn right around in the little window and order you a little burger, a real hamburger, some fries, So that was once our community-based spot until we went into that division of war. But like I said, you grow, man, as me, and you grow. You get to a certain point in your life, you grow, man, so.
How many years does that last for? And how many, this little girl died, but then were a bunch of the burger spot employees getting killed in the process and everything as well afterwards, like retribution type killings?
Well, basically just taking you back real quick, just giving you a short scenario of it. What took place, man, was you had three of my young homies at the time were on Imperial Highway, chilling, and doing what we do as project kids, man. We steal, we rob. We kids, man, you know what I'm saying? Most of them don't have parental guidances. They don't have parents. They don't have a father and a mother. Me, I was fortunate. I had a mother and a father. I went to school. I was educated. This is what advanced my leadership so quickly. And not only that, I had hands. You know what I mean? I mastered in Kung Fu and arts early in the game because my daddy was strategic. Like I said, when I moved into projects, I was so well advanced on weapons at 9, 10, 11 years old. Kids could me. Now, I've been shot your ass with a bow and arrow, man, at 9, 10 years old because that was my attitude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was all the steal from my father. So I was so well advanced to the point where, you know, man, it's just growing up. You grow up fast. You know, so a lot of kids didn't have that parental guidance. They didn't have a mother or father, or they either had a mother without the father. But then you had a lot of us who had both parents, because back then it was a stronghold when it came down to our culture, where that was a big thing for us then, because a lot of us had families. We had fathers and mothers. This is why a lot of us couldn't get out of line. You was getting disciplined, get your ass whooped, you know. A lot of cats didn't gangbang because they had a strong father who wouldn't allow that. Like, I hid it from my parents, you know.
And that's what's crazy about your situation, is because so often when you hear about somebody having this you know, intense gang upbringing or whatever, it's somebody who wasn't really having a strong father figure. In your situation, you had the strong father figure, the strong family, and then it all disappears, and then you're in the middle of this whole gang thing, I guess, and all of a sudden you get to see the world from a different perspective, right?
Right, yeah.
Very abruptly.
Right, but along the way, though, mind you, when I stepped in there, again, when I stepped in the Lions Den in 69 to 70, I'm in the projects. When I come in, I come outside, I got a football, I got all the baseball equipment, balls, 4 or 5 different bats, aluminum bats. Kids weren't having this shit back then. My parents made sure we had everything that we had, feel me? So I played sports, Adam. My whole dream and my goal set for my parents and my uncle was, he going to NFL, MLB, guarantee. I was that good. So I became the go-to guy in the projects, as well as cats like my homeboy Nene, Big D, A.K. Darius White, Lumpy, Hitman, which is my relative, Greg Jones, Kevin Jones, my relative Amador. We was all Donnie Boy. We was all sports players. So I was on that list, that top list, and I built a reputation and a name instantly from that. So my hood knew me as the cat that, you know, I played ball. But the dark side of that was, I'm over here watching my OGs with the brims on, you know what I mean? The dashikis, the brims, the maxi coats with the shotgun stuck in them. I'm watching these dudes like, gangsters. Fascinated from that. So now in my mind, I'm torn between two worlds. Like, I gotta stay focused. I'm going to school. I'm getting my parents up out of here. We're gonna be rich because I'm going to NFL and my little brother following behind me in basketball. We got it playing, feel me? And I'm watching this. So as I'm watching, I'm learning. Then I start creeping out on the times when I'm not playing ball. Now I'm asking questions, or I'm asking the big homies, you need me to make a run for you, or go to the store with some big homie? So now that gets me close to them where I can start having conversation. Then they find out, oh, this little is smart as hell. They start, come here, CJ, because that was my nickname then, my initials. Come here. They call me over there.
Oh, CJ got turned to BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hook changed my initials, my childhood buddy. Just like I named a few of my homies, you know, it happens.
Got it. But
that came about through the transformation of 1983 and 84 in the county jail when they changed the bilingual of course the language. And I'll tell you who was one of the individuals involved with that, which was Yarborough Ajabuye from Miller Gangsters.
That was the first person who started changing C's to B's?
In the county jail. But he bought it from the different lanes. The homies from the lanes actually came up with the idea and the concept for the Damus. And it transpired into the county jail through HB. And that's how we came up with our own library.
Because you have such an interesting viewpoint, because I think to a lot of people, you know, I mean, I was a little kid. I was like 8 years old when NWA came out in the early 90s. But you got to see what was going on, transpiring all before that. Like, what was your perception of gangbanging all through the 80s and being right in the middle of this?
Bloody, man. Bloody, Adam. Crucial. On site. On site. And see, this day ain't gangbanging.
It's watered down now?
Super. Just like that bottle of water, when you pop it open and drink it, it's watered down. It was on site, bro. You see these shoes I got on?
Yeah.
Man, if I wore these shoes back then, because I wear them, I rock them. with a red flag on my head, one in my pocket with the shoes on. But boy, you can best believe I'm strapped up to the max because that's how it's gonna come. Same if you seen a Crip with that on. He gonna be strapped up to the max because that's what we knew. That was our culture then. That's our minds were so bamboozled and so effed up, man, from the systems to the streets to the economics of politics, formulating and then the individuals who created that from the beginning, which was Tookie and Raymond Washington, those two brothers was descended from the South. They didn't have no idea, no way fashioned it, Crippin' is gonna be the biggest genocides in the world when we get through. Them brothers didn't have that idea. Them brothers had the idea that they put in, Crippin' was community revolution in progress,
right,
which was a jump off of the Black Panther Party. When J. Edgar Hoover, funny man, came in and annihilated the Black Panther Party and took away what leadership that we had as far as our culture, that put a damper into us. So here come these two brothers that came up with this idea and the concept, man, we gonna feed our people. We gonna protect our people, protect our own, and feed our people. So that's what it started out with, something positive. Then come the power rules. So that whole concept was something positive in the beginning. It wasn't about no damn gangs. You feel me? And then, as the devil doing everything, he get his hand involved, put his blueprint down, and then the individuals who follow that path, we go do the work for him. So next thing we know, the thing that was once positive turned into something negative and detrimental to young Black kids' health in the city of Los Angeles in the 1970s and 80s, bro. That's why we called it the bloody 80s.
Yeah, because I mean, we always kind of have conversations about what the purpose of gangs are, or what because there's so many different time periods you can look at where gangs seem to have like different functions, where you have like drug-based gangs that exist to make money. Now hip hop is obsessed with like op-based gangs who just beef with each other, and it's all about just getting revenge on some people on the other side of town. But I mean, when you're talking about that's why I always say gangbanging can't be just like inherently evil, because there's been versions of it that have been positive and intended to help the community. And I don't think that, let's say 20 years from now, all this violence and shit has been eradicated from LA. I don't think there's going to not be gangs. It's just they're going to have to kind of take on a more mature form over time. Now, is that an unrealistic goal? I mean, it might turn out to be, but
no, I'm in agreements with you. But depending on where the world takes us at that time, because now I'm surviving. At this point in time, where I come from an analog world into this new digital world, this new form of digital world. So now what I'm doing is I'm learning so that I can continue to survive and live, because I'm going to live regardless. So what I need to do is learn so I continue to survive and live, and be able to get my money, handle my business, take care of my family, build, and do what I'm doing. So a lot of the stuff that goes on in this new, what I call Millennium X world, I can give a shit, bro. I'm not in agreements with it. A lot of the crossover culture stuff that has took place and transpired, I'm not in agreement with it for a lot of reasons, because the kids are not taking it to the aspect the way they should, as well, as far as great advantage. They're being manipulated and monopolized from a system within that they don't even understand. So they're being robotic. Feel me? Prime example. I'm from a culture where we stand for something. I come from an era we stand for something. You couldn't call me no nigga as being from another culture. It wasn't gonna happen, bro. We could be cool as shit. Adam, I'll be loyal to you for life. But we not finna sit here, and I'm not gonna call you something within your culture that would be derogatory or negative. I'm not gonna do it to you because of the respect and love what I would have. And why would I allow for you to do it to me? It's disrespect as a culture. So we wouldn't allow that type of shit. But now, because we went into a millennium, our kids, the culture kids, have grown to this acceptance to where, hey man, we live in a rainbow world and everything is cool and everything should go, everything's which that's not the reality of reality, but that's the world we live in now. So, okay, you look up and say, okay, hey, you got a white boy over here saying, what's up, my nigga now? damn, how do I swallow that? How do I deal with that? You got this Mexican over here saying, "What's up, my nigga?" When we done been in war with Mexicans for years and years and decades in Los Angeles, especially in the system to the streets. But again, life has changed. Cultures have changed. Because I could tell you a time when, boy, you couldn't be from an LGBT community in a Hispanic world or a Hispanic family. They wasn't going for it. Mm-hmm. Chinese, Asian, certain cultures, they wasn't having it. But now it's a different world we in.
Right.
You feel me? So I've grown to adapt to just say, hey, man, it's the world we in now. I'm in it, and I'm just in it now to live and survive. I'm not here to judge or depict and say, well, fuck F this, F that, because then I'll be an angry individual everywhere I turn around. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say that when those early days of gangs, would you say that the gang's primary function was to like help protect yourself against other races? Like the fact that there was so much explicit racism from white people and cops, and even you say you beat from Mexicans and shit like that. Like, was that the primary purpose?
You kind of been doing your homework there, huh, eh?
Oh, a little bit. But, I mean, not really.
Yeah, but no, that's a great question, though. And to fall back on that, in the 60s, before the gangs even merged, and we had the gangs, actual title of the gangs, there were cliques and crews. Like, you had the Slauson Boys, you know what I'm saying? We had the Green Jackets, which is from our era, our hood. On the Jordan Downs, they had the Pygmies, which is family. So you had a lot of families who had names back then. So Compton was all predominant Caucasian, ran by the Caucasians, owned the mayors, the police, politicians lived in Compton in the beautiful homes back then. Wasn't no brothers, sprinkle of them. And that's because the mothers was either nurses, RNs, or worked at the good factories. All our parents worked at the good factories, but we was descended and had to be right there in Watts, because if you were coming from the South, from Alabama, Texas, North Carolina, I don't care, as far as the East Coast, the Midwest, when you got to Los Angeles, you wasn't going to no Union Station on no train. You had to get off the train in Watts. Now when you get off in Watts, you got a decision to make. Okay, I got East Side, the West Side, and 4 different perimeters I can go to, which are housing projects. Outside of that, I can only go across this way now, 103rd, 104th, 105th to 115th, across Broadway, I'm in South Central. We're allowed there. Mm-hmm. Anything down, after you go to the 30s, the 40s on down in them 20s, boy, you better not get caught down there, man. That's an all-white area. All the way down to Union Station, you get hung. So all our folks had to get off in Watts.
When you say you get hung, was there like a real fear of lynching at that time still? Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
The police wasn't fucking around in the 60s. This is what brought about the 1965 riot.
Wow.
Because of the attitude of the police, the racist police who were coming from the South. And all in their mind was, kill the nigger. Basically, I can't give it to you no other way. You feel me? Uncut.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, and again, taking you back to Compton, so this is what formulated the cliques when it came to Watts, us. So as far as our projects, we had the Green Jacket, our big homies, which is the first generation. We had the Green Jackets, then you got the PJ Watts and the Jordan Down, but we were all family. It wasn't no separation, no segregation. You can go to any housing projects back then for a whole decade. We would, because mind you, our family was getting off at the train station. So your auntie might live in PJs, and your cousin may be in the High Sanders, and you and your mom's and them was in Nixon. You know what I'm saying? So it was all family. Mm-hmm. So when the gangs merged after 1969 going to 70 to 72, primarily hit us hard in 73 was when the separations came. Because I remember specifically as a youngin', going to Will Rogers Park, falling in the entourage of my big homies in the first generation, which was my big homie Ray Boys, rest in peace, the Barker brothers, Bonnie Hunter Frog, Spud, Bonnie Hunter Spud, the list goes on, man. Big Hard Rock, Tony Moses. I followed all my big homies, my homie Big Hank and them. We went to Will Rogers Park, and my big homie squared off with Jermaine and Tookie. I never forget that shit as a youngin'. And this was my inspiration point of, okay, if I'm gonna get in this shit, I'm gonna be like these niggas. I'm gonna be like Joe Barker and them, Tony Barker, Ray Boyce, the Snoops, the Thorntons, and I just started depicting and taking different pieces from a lot of my G homies. I would study them, watch them, from fighting to their styles to their walks, everything. So when my era came and I stepped up in my second generation, bro, I took that wine and I marched. You feel me? For real, for real.
But so when did the football dream start to fade away?
Sad to say, man, I couldn't stay strong at them after the loss of my parents, bro, back to back. After I lost my king, now my daddy prepared me because now the great thing about losing my father, and like I said, I just left him last week. I just left him at Kansas City, filmed filmed the whole grave site for my doc, film all that, man. I ended up breaking down in tears. It was very emotional, even though I was in character, but it was very cinematic, but it was raw, it was real. To be able to talk to my pops, because I ain't seen him in about 17 years since I buried him and transferred him home, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I was able to sit there with a bottle of Patron and, tell him how I effed up and, messed up the path that he had me on. And I know he wanted me to do greatness, but I was able to snap back anyway, Daddy. I ended up obtaining my master's degree in film and producing and directing. I got accepted in one of the elite film schools in L.A. for being a known bounty hunter. I done been to many academies. I did a lot of achievements in my life, Daddy, and so I was able to talk to him and really get that pain off my chest, you know what I'm saying? Mm. But when I lost my parents and my little brother, I was in 3200 fighting that case, like I said. And bro, I went in, it was a wrap. I told the devil, give me the red suit. And I went in for 30 years, man, nonstop.
30 years, because most people's gang banging career is like relatively short.
Yeah.
They either get locked up, they come out, they're kind of a different person. They might get locked up a couple times, but it's just when you say 30 years, you were locked up a large percentage of that as well, right?
No.
Oh.
No. See, one thing about me, like I said, I was a smart gang leader. I was a smart member. I was a smart warrior. I didn't go to jail for tedious bullshit. I wasn't coming home and then go do a $5 robbery and go do 5 years. If it wasn't a $500,000 robbery, then I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't going over here and knock down some real shit, I ain't messing with that. So my MO was just different. My mentality was strictly fuck the enemies. I was in war tactic move. Nigga, I want enemies.
Right.
Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So when I jumped into the hustling world, is what took my transition, where now I'm torn into two worlds. Okay, damn, I'm loving this hustling shit. Because A1, I'm sharp, I know numbers, I'm already book smart. Oh shit, man, my big homies was loving me when I jumped into the hustling world because I was able to do certain things and transpire that young homies at my age couldn't, and I was consistent and persistent with it. And I was dedicated and I was loyal to them. So it took my hustling game to another level. But then one of my big homies, which was my mentor, big homie, who put me down when I got my first bird, and then I turned around and got my other two when I bought them from Chico and Rick. You feel me? Ricky Ross. Mm-hmm. So beforehand, he told me, he said, Jay, this banging shit ain't gonna mix though, man. You gonna get your money, because this banging ain't gonna mix. I said, shit, bro, fuck that. What you mean ain't gonna mix? I say, how I'm gonna go to war with niggas if I don't got the money? I don't got to keep coming to y'all for bullets and ammunition and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I want to get my own money because that's how we used to get our stuff done. We would go to our G homies back in our days because we protecting the hoods. So they wouldn't give us no status for us giving us a few $100s or whatever we needed because we going to war. You feel me? They gonna make sure we good because we had a system from our first, second, and third generation. That's why it's so different today. So we had a system. So it wasn't enough for us to just go to our big homies, get 500 to 1,000, and we go do what we need to do and wall up and get ready because that's how it was.
But when you started making all that money selling coke, what did that do to this mentality that you had where you just wanted to slide on your enemies all the time?
Now, like I said, start changing me because I got to get money with these certain cats over here, but he ain't my enemy, but he's a Crip. Like, I got family from Hoover. I got family from Five Deuce Hoover. My family ran the Sevens, 107. My relative just passed on me a couple years back. Big Devil, 107, man, Hoover. That's my relative. We grew up together from kids. Big Sam, he out right now, just did 30-something years. That's my relative, blood relative, my family. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to them, it wasn't no problem for us because we really grew up together, even though we was from different sides. I protected them, they protected me. You feel me? Like I can come to their hood. They could come to my hood based on my clout and who I was. But a lot of cats couldn't do that. And if you wasn't really one of them cats from your hood, you better not bring no Crip niggas in no projects. It wasn't happening. It just wasn't going down like that. And even so, our hood was so treacherous. You feel me? You ended up probably getting it to one of your homeboys behind bringing your relative over there because homies would be like, man, nigga, you know what's happening. This is a violation, homie. Get that fool up out of here then.
And this is still the era where you just have beef with every Crip.
Yeah, basically. Primarily.
Like, because now it's all complicated.
Yeah, if you're blood, Crips is your enemy. Ain't no specific, oh, well, they ain't, you know how today these cats be like, well, shit, I get along with them, but they're my ops over there.
Right.
Well, how is that so? How the fuck do that happen? How do they even coincide?
Well, it's probably better, though, than just everybody wanting to kill each other.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree, like I say, because they world, Adam, I don't, listen to you, man, I don't try to put no ideas in your head now. We just chopping it up about the past.
Right,
feel me? But no, man, but that's how it was, though, eh? It was just, everything was on site, man. Everything, bro.
Wow.
You know, even you had Crips was on their shit, on site. Like, they seen me, they coming at me. Cuz, what's happening, B? What's happening, blood? We own it. It was just like that, bro.
It's crazy because when people talk about that mentality and people being like that now, it's just kind of hard to fathom because there's so many cameras everywhere.
Exactly.
And so many people are like in the house all day. Like even when I went to the bounty hunters before, it's like there's not that many people out there. Once they start to realize that we're out there filming a video, all of a sudden everybody starts coming outside. But like, middle of the day, everybody's in the crib. Everybody's online. Everybody's watching TV.
But again, see, and now that you mentioned that, brought that up, when I seen that video, this is from years back. I didn't know you. I wasn't even on the internet, really. I was fierce, hot. Who the fuck is this dude? Why these young homies got the homies? Niggas is lucky I ain't in the hood regulating no more right now, because I'd have shut him down. You wouldn't have been able to come over there, Adam. I'd have shut you down, or you would have had to come through me.
What was your main objection, or what would you have thought about it?
A1 is, I have this perception where, and I taught this to a lot of my young homies that grew up under me that I groomed, but they are older now. So these are they sons and some of their kids. These are my baby homies that, like I say, you deal with. So this is the new era. But this thing is this. A lot of film production companies come down in these neighborhoods, primarily, like our hood is a monument, so we never let individuals in there. So if you notice, our neighborhood ain't in a lot of movies.
Right.
You feel me? When they came down, they filmed the Jordan Downs. When John got connected, he filmed the Jordan Downs, they filmed the PJs. When they end up doing Denzel, they filmed a couple of slots again in PJs, Jordan Downs. Bones connection is what got our projects involved in the film because of my little homeboys named OFTB. So, and then our agreements to that, so it brought employment and it gave work to certain homies when they were shooting certain TV series in. So our neighborhood was starting to get that access for us, that look of the Nixon Garden, the gritty look. I'm the first person ever shot my neighborhood on cinematic, on a film. My film is called King of Watts. I produced it, I directed, I starred in it, created, I wrote it, put my own money up independently, and I shot it. That was the first time ever you ever seen the Nixon Gardens on cinematic, on film like that, raw and gritty. So me being still in my hood and me regulating politicking, I had this protection mechanism where I protected my hood, where I wouldn't let outside production companies come in and film unless they going through us and we're setting up employment and jobs and security jobs for my little homies, you know, just basically teaching them just how this shit is supposed to be. You don't just go in no neighborhood. I can't go to the Jewish area and just set up. They gonna shut my ass down. I can't go to the Italian area and just set up. They gonna shut me down. I can't go to the Russian area and just set up. They gonna shut me down unless you connected.
Right.
And I know this from being from the streets and knowing my shit. So I know this concept and I know the protocol of it. So I said, why not we do the same thing in our neighborhoods? Protect our neighborhoods. Therefore, we're better provide and do certain things for the community. We could take this money and say, okay, we're going to take the money we just made from this film production company. We're going to take this money, these proceeds, we're going to throw a skating party / barbecue, and it's free for the hood. Mm-hmm. So that's what my mentality was, and that's why I built that like that.
Right.
You know, it wasn't just based on no extortion or, yeah, when they come down here, we just take. Give me a few dollars, I'm gone. No, I'm really, really adamant, structured, and organized about it. You feel me?
Because when we went there, it's like, shout out to my man Killer Twan. That's like the main person who took me there for the first time. And it, you know, you always kind of wonder, like, am I tapped in with somebody who's necessarily going to really be able to call the shots about me being here? Now, I didn't have any problems. Everybody was super cool when we filmed that video. Everybody was on some positive vibes. But, you know, you always kind of wonder, like, is there somebody from a higher rank who's going to step in and say, this ain't cool?
Again, like I said, you were dealing with my baby homies in the rap world. Mm-hmm. And because we laid back, we in the cut, we in the trenches, a lot of the OGs, they seen what was going on. They didn't appreciate it. A lot of cats wasn't, you know, receptive to it. But we let them do their thing because it's their era. Mm-hmm. See, we're not trying to step in their era and smash and do what we did because we done it already. If that was the case, it would have been done, bro. There's no way. Killer Twine, I don't give a damn who you would have went through. None of them could have brought you over there unless it went through the right protocol. Right. You feel me? Because they don't have that era to be able to just say, oh, well, we going over there anyway. Nah. It's a changed world and it's their world. So us as OGs, big homies, uncles, fathers, we just step back, let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, me personally, that's why it had to grow into me because like I said, when I first seen it, I was furious. I went to the hood and I was, you know, questioning certain situations, you know, certain individuals, talking to certain homies in my era. And he was like, big homie, young homie, you know this, them young niggas ever. And when I'm hearing it from them, I'm like, okay. And then me, I'm already in a whole different dimension, man. I'm chasing Hollywood. Mm-hmm. I'm getting my money. So hold on, Cap. What is it? You retired or you still stuck in the hood? So I got to a point where I said, I'm really, really retiring from this shit. And I let all the politics go. All right, then don't call me. I ain't involved with nothing then. I don't want to hear about shit. Murder, nothing. Who died, nothing. I'm finna live my life. And that's what I've been doing, bro. So I don't let it bother me because if it did, it would bother me.
I have this other memory during that where as it got darker outside, I go to the trunk of my car. I always keep a hoodie in my car. Open on my trunk of my car. What color is the hoodie that just happens to be in there? Shit's purple. I go, hey, Twan, can I rock this? We're going back in the projects. You want me to rock this? He starts laughing. He's like, you can? He's like, you know, because he wants to show me that he can call the shots. He's like, yeah, put it on. I didn't put it on. But that does make me wonder, like, it's like
you made a good decision, Adam.
I figured.
I'm telling you straight up, as a double OG, straight up out the Nixon guard, you made a good decision.
Right.
Because all it took was one.
Just the existence of purple on anybody's clothes.
All it took was one. It could have been out of his generation. One little young homie say, man, take that purple shit off, nigga. Take that dead shit. Ooh, you know, the disrespectful word to it, because I don't disrespect the youngsters, because I ain't on that level. But one of the young homies would have went there, boom, there it go. You feel me? Now they go to separation. It's gonna be a crew over here saying, "Fuck that shit, boo," and him over here trying to protect it. Now you got to go.
Yeah, you from out of town. You don't really want to rock the boat. You don't got to put the purple hoodie on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
what did I'm sure it goes back, you know, decades. But what is it in particular that made the Grape Street Bounty Hunters thing so intense?
For us, like I said, all our housing projects were so airtight knit and close. Mm-hmm. And 79, 80, before 80, between 78 and 79. But in the 70s, when it started, like I said, when the gangbanging came about and the choices had to be made on what are you guys going to do over here on the east side of Watts? Okay, the Jordan Downs decided to become the Jordan Down Crips. PJs became PJ Crips. We were Green Jackets. Before we took on the name Bounty Hunters. We were Green Jackets, just centered in our own neighborhood. So we stayed as we were. And, you know, my big homies told them, you know, we ain't messing with that, basically. So we ended up merging into the Bounty Hunter structure of Bloods. Now we're all separated and divided. So going into the 70s, when the guns came in place is when the murders took place. When the first Leather Jacket murder took place at the Coliseum, and the murders took place behind gangs in general. That's when the murders came in place in the city. For us in Watts, when the first murder took place in general, as far as from the gang aspect, was later on in the 70s. Then one of my homies, because I caught my temp bodies in 79. I caught a temp. They put a body on me. I had a temp, which I beat the body. I had a temp. I got convicted for my ADW, and I paralyzed the fool, put him in the wheelchair. So then my homeboy, OG Loaf, he ended up catching the body. The body he caught was at Grape Street. But before they came Baby Lokes, they was Watts VG, Watts Video Grape Streets, which was merged with the Mexicans, the Spanish, from across the Jordan Downs. They have an area, which is Hickory Watts, Grape Street, Fudgetown. So they were all different cliques from under the Jordan Down umbrella, which was Crips. Then you had a Spanish gang, which was original Watts Video Grapes. So that's where the Grape Streets merged from. They started out with blue. Going into the 80s was when the purple rag came about, and they changed their colors from blue to purple. So it separated them from all the Crips. Dynamically, it just separated them from the Crips to where they became this centered Crip factor section that basically was centered over a lot of the Crips in Los Angeles, like we were centered over a lot of the Bloods in Los Angeles. We were the biggest blood set in LA, basically. You know what I'm saying? And so the Grape Streets became one of those predominant Crip sets of Los Angeles. And that's where the purple merged in and the colors. But for us, like I say, from going out of the 70s, but when we came into them bloody 80s, the colors became significant albums. You couldn't, all this, I see this, you got rocks, man, even then. But you couldn't wear this if you wasn't real blood. You better not have this red stuff on. Them Crip niggas gonna kill you.
Right.
They gonna chase you down, beat you down, and kill you.
And now I see Crips who will wear all red almost as a point of pride to say, look, I can do this. Who gives a fuck? No, ain't gonna get to shit.
And that's why I say this new world trips me out, Adam. Because it's like, go talk to some of they big homies, the real Crips. They gonna be like, cuz we didn't wear that shit. The same we would say, they gonna say the same thing, bro.
A Crip Mac comes along who literally almost only wears blue, and people look at him like he's a real throwback.
But the crazy part about that is, it's crazy that he couldn't get the opportunity to grow up with us in the 80s. Because he's stuck in the 80s crippin'.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? Ain't none of that no more.
And he would probably love to hear you say that.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would, like, to be in that type of crippin' was where it come from, bro. It had to be in the 80s. Bro, I'm just being honest with you. The Hoovers today, this young clan of Hoovers ain't the Hoovers I know.
Really?
Feel me? And I ain't taking nothing from them. It's some now, don't get me wrong. It's like it's certain little Crips from different sets that's really, really crippin'. But a lot of these young niggas ain't crippin' in blood, man. They not doing it, bro. They just taking on the name, the fad of it. Because if they was really doing that, bro, this city would be in an uproar as far as bodies when it came out to the gang culture. We're not losing bodies like that from the gang culture aspect. Go back statistically to the 70s and 80s and do your homework.
The murder rate was way higher.
You're going to say, damn, he was right.
Right.
He absolutely right.
And how much of that you think is the fact that it was just so much easier to get away with crime at that time? Because I feel like the people who were going and doing drive-bys on their enemies and at noon on a Tuesday were just not that worried about getting caught, right?
Listen, Adam, A1, we didn't have to go get high to bust a head open because I'm mad and this is what I want to do. Some homies smoke Sherm, some smoke the Angel Dust. They hit a couple times and go do their thing. Me, I ain't need none of that shit. I was just demonic and out my mind with anger because what I did was I substitute anger instead of drugs. When the crack epidemic hit us, you had two choices, either get money or you want to let the crack swallow you up. I was too strong. All I had embedded in my head was my daddy's genes and my daddy's teaching. I knew for a fact I ain't never fallen prey in these projects and become somebody's dope fiend. That ain't never ever happened. So I took my anger and ran with it when I lost my parents and transformed it to a gang member. Instead, he said, okay, I'm finna get on these drugs. A lot of my peers I went to school with did drugs for them 30 years. I was active. 30 fucking years. Some of them still on drugs right now today, Adam. Right now today, bro. So it's like, it's choices.
I've done some drugs, and let me tell you, I don't understand how you could just do coke for 40 years or smoke crack for 40 years. Like, I did it for a few years, and when I really think about it, I'm like, if I did that shit right now, I'd have a fucking heart attack.
Like a set career, bro.
I'm just not built for that. I don't think.
40 years, that's a career.
Yeah.
That's a retirement job, man.
Yeah.
2 times.
That's wild.
So it just became bug ass wild. So in them 70s to 80s, it was really, really gritty everywhere you went. You had to watch yourself. I was just talking about this on my show the other day about how I can get in any one of my cars, and when I drive and I look at my rear view mirror today, I'm looking at traffic. Mm-hmm. I'm hitting the corner, looking my left, my right, because I'm still stuck in my ways. I'm going to die this way. One thing about me, I'm stuck in my war tactic ways where anywhere I'm at, no matter where I go, I'm watching all my perimeters, everything around me. Mm-hmm. I don't get high, drunk. I ain't gonna be discombobulated. I don't do that shit, bro. If I won't do that, I'll wait till I get home. Mm-hmm. So I can just pass out. I'm cool.
Right.
If I do something stupid, which I nothing highly to do, then I did it in my own presence in my house, not in the public no damn way. It's always been me, Adam. You know what I'm saying? So during that time of the era, like I say, it just became really, really, it was just on point. Everywhere you went in Los Angeles, South, Compton, no matter what. And just real quick, backing back up to Compton, when you first asked the question about the gangs and the start of the gangs, the Compton, like I said, Compton was ran by so many white cliques back then and white boy gangs.
Really?
They used to come down in our era from Linwood to Watts and terrorize us.
Really?
Fuck over our people. So that's what formulated the cliques.
Right.
And then when the gangs came about, of course, it started, pushing everything out as far as regentrification, started pushing everything out. And then Compton gradually, slowly started turning over because all the whites started moving out. They started selling out and moving to Beverly Hills. But now, doing after the 60s, the late 60s, right before we went into 1970, 68, 67, 68 to 69, they came up with this Referendum Act where all the realtors got together in Los Angeles and they seized this program where at one point our family was able to come out of the projects because, mind you, all our mothers and fathers, they worked at the Goodyear, all the factories, because it was wars during that time. So they worked at all the factories, So they made good money. Feel me? They was able to move out, go to Beverly Hills, San Fernando Valley, Pacoima, Van Nuys, and buy these big, beautiful homes. They shut us down, bro. It's in my movie, The Truce. All this history is in my movie, The Truce, but I'm giving you bits and pieces of this is what happened to Watts, and this is why we became our own little section because they shut our parents down, shut us down, man. And
wait, so the realtors all over LA or outside of LA get together and say, let's not rent to people who are coming from.
Look it up after this. We finish this show. We'll check it out.
What's it called again?
A Referendum Act.
Okay.
And what it happened in between 67 to 70. And they talk about how they squeezed us, all the blacks, right there in Watts and kept us descending right there in Watts, neutralized us where, okay, we can't move now. We can't go out because our parents would have been in Beverly Hills and had a home back then. It wouldn't have been nothing to get one of them big old beautiful homes for $10,000 back in the 70s.
Right.
Shut it down.
Wow. So you're making all this money selling coke and shit, but then you also ended up catching all these cases for like attempted murders and everything, right? So did you not actually get in trouble for the coke dealing side of things before you got picked up for these crimes?
Well, during my D-boy years, I never really got I never caught cases as far as I got raided a few times, but I got away. I wasn't in the houses. One time I got set up for one of my raids in the projects. One time, and they was waiting on us. And I had just took my whole crew out. We went to the movie, went to Universal Studios, went to the movies and shit. Matter of fact, New Jack City had just came out, right? And this is when I changed my name.
That must have been insane for you at the time to see that shit and just be like, oh, this is what y'all are doing over there? Because now it's transparent. You can figure it all out online.
Right.
But that must have been insane.
Right, because it's funny you say that because in our neighborhood, we were doing something that was so amazed to cats in Los Angeles that the word got out. The whole Los Angeles knew. Man, you go to them projects and buy dope, them young fools got the board out for your ass. They be like, what? What's the board? Man, it's crackhead heaven. You go in there, they got everything streamed from nickel rock, dime, 20, 30, 40, 50, gram to 100 to ounce to half ounce. Like when we go to the stores and the edible stores and the weed stores, it was the same way, right? That's how we ran shops.
Wow.
And so the crackheads used to come in there, look at the board. Let me get that one. You touch, you buy.
Uh-huh.
That was the rule. You touch, you buy.
Okay.
Ain't all that no touchy. So when you put your hand on it, damn, you better have the money for it.
One time I pulled up on this homie of mine who was working as the manager at a weed shop in LA. This was probably 10 years ago, or in South Central. And they were doing a thing where you got a free dab of some wax every time you bought a gram of weed or some shit like that. So I'm in the middle of South Central sitting on the couch and I'm just watching this fucking massive line of people come in and they're buying weed and just taking these big ass dab hits in the middle of the dispensary. And I'm just like, how the fuck did we end up here? This is crazy as fuck to see this. Because these people really look like junkies.
Right.
And they're walking out just, and I don't know. We've come a long way, I guess.
Yes. Like I say, the world has really transitioned.
Right.
Man.
But so, okay, when did you get locked up?
I did time 4 different occasions. Okay. Like I say, I got raided. They was waiting on us, basically. And when they raided, I ended up with a parole violation. They couldn't book me with the case. The drugs that was found in the house, which was two birds, money, food, guns. They took my little homie Main. It was me, my little homie Main, one of my little homies, Lil Wally. They took them to kid, but they was juveniles. So they ended up booking me with trespassing because they found my sweatsuit in a bag. But I was fucking with the chick whose apartment it was in my hood. They found a sweatsuit in a bag. I said, well, shit, man, I'm dating her and I go to the gym, so she washed my shit. That don't mean I live here. And that's how I ended up getting a violation. But then the only time I got caught up where I caught an actual gun case and a drug case was 1988. I had 11 days left on parole, Adam, and this would have been the first time me been off parole since 1983. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to get off parole. I got my firstborn finna be born. My son, little BJ, finna be born in like 11 days. He was born October the 1st. I get hit 13 days before my son was born, I go to jail. They catch me in the projects. I just come from the jungles. Serving my relative Casper over there. I took him some stuff over there, and then I come home. I forgot I had took his member-only jacket, and I put it on because it was getting cool. I had a slingshot on then. So I took the jacket off once I got in my bro. I balled a fucking half a bird I had up and threw it in my back seat. Put my seatbelt on, I rolled, hit the freeway, come home. When I got in the projects, my relative flagged me down. I picked her up to take her home, and the police pulled up behind me, whooped on me. So I jump out talking shit to him. What's happening, man? What the fuck y'all pulling up on me for? And the police said, man, you ran a stop sign. I said, man, I ain't ran no motherfucking stop sign. There ain't no stop sign on such street. He said, yes, it is. I said, man, I've been here all my goddamn life. Ain't no stop sign right there. So it was a new cat who just hit our hood named Ross. He was training a rookie. So when they ran my name, found out I was on parole, that get him a PO, a probable cause right there, PC, to go ahead and apprehend me, fuck with me, do whatever they want to do. So when they ran my name, seeing I was on paper, they got a PC now. I'm talking shit, so now they can shut me down. So I said, I don't give a fuck. I got 11 days, fool. I'm clean as a whistle. I ain't got nothing. Not remembering a fool. You got a bird, half a bird in the backseat, and you got a 25 automatic. And this is what us, back then, us OGs, any OGs in Los Angeles know what I'm talking about. We used to push our Broms, our Coupes, our Sedanivilles. It's a pocket where your lights go at them. They go in the door, right? And the pocket is about this big. You just pop it out with a key, stick that sucker right in there, put this right back on there. That was some of our stashes, you feel me, back then. It was coming to these ass spots. So I had my 25 right there. And this some bitch told the rookie, he said, yeah, see, one thing about these older cats, these OGs, man, I wasn't no old dude then. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, when they roll these brooms and these coupes, I'm standing on the front of the hood of the car, but I'm handcuffed. And I seen him going to the door. My little homie, Meanie Wee, came. I go, Meanie Wee. And he came over there, and I'm calling him to come help me because I'm getting ready to break wide in the handcuffs. So I'm calling him to do a distraction, a diversion, so I can break. As soon as he throw the key in there, man, he popped my gun out. The rookie happened to walk right back toward me, and he grabbed me and threw me in the car. Man, they found the bird, get the money, take me in. So now, back then, one thing about our laws, as today, see, a lot of us, we wouldn't have lasted in this era. Man, they'd have gave us 100, 200 years 2 times in this era from our crimes back then. Laws wasn't as steep back then. You can go do a murder, bro. Go do 5 years, come home. Go get buff, come on home. Knock another motherfucker down. Go do you 4, 5 more years. Come home. You might end up beating that one for a manslaughter, involuntary or something. That's how the laws was until they changed them.
Right.
And when that 3 strike kicked in on our ass, oh, it was a wrap then. Oh, no. It slowed out. It slowed everything down. I'm the type of individual, wherever I get mad, that's where I'm getting you at. Ain't no, we gonna go down here. I don't give a fuck about them 50 people watching, because I dare one of them to go tell, because I'm gonna come, yeah. Or if I don't get them, the crew coming to get them. That's how strong our shit was.
But back in the day, you could shoot someone in front of 50 people and they're all not going to talk to the cops about it, right?
Hell no.
Whereas
because
now I feel like it's
it's
going down, right?
40 of them gonna tell. And they gonna say, I don't give a damn, I ain't worried about nobody doing nothing to me.
Right.
And they right, because who gonna come do something to you with the whole world is under satellite?
Right.
See, that's the difference. That's what changed my ways, Alex.
They're going to film you shooting the guy and they're going to put it on Instagram and be like, look at this motherfucker who shot somebody.
That's what changed my ways. I promise you. That's what slowed me down and humbled me from doing a lot of the shit that I used to do from out of anger and snapping on the spot. Because it's like, bro, you know you're under the microscope and you ain't got no chances to afford nothing that get back and go back. You ain't none of that with you.
Right.
They bias with you. Anytime they can get you in the courtroom, they trying to book you. You are in their system for life. No matter how good you become and how you change your life, they don't give a shit. You beat them people out of 40 years of life twice. You gave them 82 years back. They want your life, man. You walked away from murders, attempts, tampering with witnesses, and you beat that system twice, not once, twice. I beat a kidnap, robbery, ransom in Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, basically. You feel me?
You were going back there putting in work?
Yeah. You know, that's the hometown. So, you know what I mean? I ran that city for 10 years.
You knew they needed that shit.
Yeah, getting it. But I ended up clashing with 2 crooked cops.
Right.
That's how I ended up beating the case, Adam. Me and one of my little homies, Lil Donald, we got caught up, bro. You feel me? I got caught up for $82,000 cash. And what messed me up, my jackass turned around and went back in to go get a big old sparkless bottled water of coins for my baby. I said, I got to get this. And that shit was hella heavy. So I had to drag it to the door. By that time, they was dead.
Wow.
So it was either us or them. We're going to do a shootout. I ain't going to jail out here, Lil D. They finna kill us out here, man. We going to Angola, fool. This is Kansas City. This is Kansas City. Kansas City, Kansas. This ain't Kansas City, Missouri. This is Kansas City, Kansas. They shot our ass straight to Wyandotte County Detention Center.
I'm bouncing all over the place, but I got to ask this question while it's on my mind. When did it become the thing as a drug dealer in LA to say, well, shit, like, it's kind of oversaturated here. Let's go to Memphis. Let's go to Texas. Let's go to Northern California. Like, and you said you were going to Kansas City. Like, did that just kind of become the wave at a certain point? Like, oh, let's go set up shop all over the fucking country.
Great question, Adam. Great question. For me, my initiation came after I took my deal for the HK case, which was 5 years. Most of us got 5, 4, and the lowest was 3. Highest was 6, which was Lil Louis. I did my time, parole from Folsom, come home. I'm fresh out of Folsom, Adam. Another one of my close-knit friends, but he was from Antis Park, Miller Gangster, OG. Cyclone, Michael Bell, rest in peace, man. My bro. He came in the projects looking for me because he knew I was home. Pulled up in his little Suzuki Jeep out here. That oh my God, the Dougie's fresh beating, right? I jump in the car with him. This is when I got introduced to birds. This was when I first got introduced to the bird fashion. And then, like I said, I had already seen him from my big homie dealing with Boo Boo. But now this is when I really got involved, all where I start having really weight on my own, because now I done came back home and I done grew and I done advanced. So the initiation was, he said, yeah, we don't even really fuck around in the city no more, B. I said, what you mean? He said, blood, it's the double up. We talking lingo. I said, what do you mean the double up, Chloe? He said, we taking 1 and the 2. I said, what? So now I'm introduced to Gangster Mike, which is the homie from Antis Park. He's an Asian / black, but a chemist. This little motherfucker ain't number 5'2", sharp, smart as hell. He book smart like me. He's a researcher. So he self-taught himself chemist. So he learned the Whoop Gang. So we was the first crew. Me, Michael Bell, Bone, Cleve Sloan, Gangster Mike, couple of homies out of Vermont High School. We formulated this crew called M&M, Money, Mac, and Murder. So Gangster taught me the Whoop Gang, and I learned how to whoop. So mind you, I'm fresh out of Folsom. So now,
by the way, we have the Whoop cereal.
Yeah, I seen it when I first came in. I seen the youngin' over here talking about he came out with the Whoop. That's the homies, man. That's Big Wob in there, man. Yeah. The word itself, though.
Got it.
And so, see, a lot of these dudes are, and you can't be mad at them because it's business, bro, but a lot of them are capitalizing off shit we should have been capitalizing off a long time ago from the gang culture. But a lot of cats the dumbness is just there. They don't want to learn and don't want to understand business. That's what separated me from a lot of my peers. I understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be mad at them for that.
Right.
You know?
He's from Chicago anyway.
Yeah, you can't be mad at them. So yeah, so anyways, where was I?
Going out of town.
So Clone told me, he said, yeah, so what we doing is we taking ours and we getting on the plane and we taking it out of town. And the price is triple and double. Put me down. The initiation was you got to take your own shit and get on the plane. So Gangster hit me with a front, hit me with 2 things. They cookies, just like this, Adam, a cookie. And you bake them in a binker. So when they come out, it look like this ashtray, but it's bigger. It's a cookie. And that's baked in the binker. And so I learned that less than 24 to 48 hours. I learned the game. Bam, bam. Whip my shit up. Jockey strap. Break the cookies in half. Now you got 2 birds stuck in the jockey strap. Put the jockey strap on butt naked. Put your drawers on top of that. Put your pants on. Get dressed. Walk your ass right on through the middle. Because back then, mind you, it wasn't all digitized like we got today.
Right, because in my head, I'm wondering, is that really safer to get on a plane than to just drive there?
Hell yeah, back then.
There was like no chance of you getting searched.
Yeah,
wow.
It was like the chance was slim.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say slim, you had to be doing something for them to be watching you or on you.
Right.
Man, but the boy, it was like, walk right on through. How you doing? Hey, sir. Yeah. Boom. And me, I used to dress up college-wise. I'm a college student.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, whatever state I'm going to, I'm from that college, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got all that gear. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow. And so how often did you do that?
So
like,
that particular trip, like I said, my initiation, I took it home. My expansion, I opened up at home first, Kansas City. Then from Kansas City, Oklahoma City, OKC, because I got family there, and then Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Texas, on and so on, to New York, East Coast, New Jersey, Patterson.
And are you just
Staten
like,
Island.
are you declaring yourself the fucking kingpin of these areas? Like, are you just setting up shop, or like, what's the business model look like?
Well, not declaring myself the kingpin because, like I said, I was smart, and that's what kept me under the radar. See, when you do all that shit, you're gonna be seen.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get took down. But about me being no kingpin in somebody else's city, I don't give a fuck about being no kingpin over here. My boy the kingpin. They don't know who I am, period. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
That's how I moved. See, the individuals who was my signed lieutenants, they were known as them individuals in their city. They don't have to know who I am.
Right.
But people would see me with certain individuals and would question, that's the man right there, ain't it? That's Cali, huh? That's y'all connect. And my boys would, downplay like, no, fool, that's just one of the homies. He ain't nobody. But shit, man, that's that guy. Because I'm quiet. I won't say nothing. I won't talk.
Right.
I'll dress down. I ain't Jew all that with my jewelry on, none of that. So it was like, I wouldn't bring that heat on me. I was sharp enough to know that already.
Right.
Because like I say, I was growing from some of the best, Adam. I come up on a lot of the best. From the gang culture as well as the hustling culture, man. So I was sharp enough to know certain things, man.
And so you got caught up going out of town or no?
Nah. Only time my organization got any slack from OT was they called my sister, my twin, they called my sister coming out of off the Greyhound bus, and they called her with about 70, what she had on, 73? I think like 73 and some change. And she was bringing that back to me. She was going into KC. But luckily, they caught her coming out. If they would have been watching her coming in, they'd have got her.
Right.
Because she came in with a load, and then she was leaving out with the money. And they caught her at the Greyhound because she switched up and went Greyhound, but she drove in. And that's when they stopped at the bus station. But that was the only time.
Okay. Wow. So you said you got locked up 4 different times though. Like which one was the longer one? The longest one? My Folsom, my 80s bed, and then my 90s bed was my last one. I did 4, 5, 3, 2, and 13 months violation. Okay.
I only did a violation once, but each time I came in, I would catch extra time. I would extend my time because I would catch time. Then I caught 3 cases in the pen. This is in my C file right now. I caught 3 cases in the pen, but I beat them. I ended up beating them. Stickings. I caught cases in the pen, but I ended up beating them.
Right. So when you first got to prison though, like what was that like, especially at that time? Like being a blood and everything, did that even matter at the time, or was it already like broken down by race primarily?
Hell yeah, it mattered, Adam, because like I said, at that time, in that era, in order to be a blood, you had to come correct, and you had to be really real, and you had to be a solid individual, and you had to be separate, or it wasn't gonna work. And that's coming from whether you from the west side, the east side, Brims, Piru, Swans, Dimmer Lanes. We had homies coming from all those sectors that was solid, real warriors. And that was the only way they was able to sustain that level of being real bloods. Other than that, they would have got ate up. Some bloods got ate up instantly, immediately. They was getting ate up by these Crips, man. That solidness just wasn't there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when you go to prison, are there just way more Crips than Bloods?
Oh, man, everywhere you went, it was always 20-1, the odds. So we up against them, and then we got the Spanish cliques. You got the Mexican mob, and you got these other prison organizations that's going on. So it's like the odds was always against us. But one thing about the system is it's different. Everything is changed. It changes now as far as the racial barriers. It's not about the actual gangs now. Once you cross that line in prisons, it's not about there go Ike Battle from Grape Street. Oh, I'm finna get that fool. Nah, I can't just do that now because it's the politics, because the yard politics. We black now. We pro-black. Just like them over there, they all together and they together. So it's politics. So it's like, if it's a personal problem and I really, really want to deal with it, then you got to go through protocol to whoever's the shot call over here, whoever regulating, and tell them, look, I really need to get down with this dude, man. I need this in order for me to be satisfied on this yard with him, man. Just let us go on in the cell and lock up and do our thing, get it over with. All right, boom. You go in there, y'all do y'all thing. Now it's done. So that seizes the knife play. When normally, I'm finna bust this fool.
Right, because you got jumped by a bunch of Crips at one point, right?
Oh yeah, shit, man. They blanket parted my ass twice, Adam. I got Rat Pack on 2. I got Rat Pack 2 times and blanket party Rat Pack 2 times.
What's the difference? Describe both.
Oh shit.
What's a Rat Pack?
Shit, man. Listen here, boy.
Yeah, what's a blanket party, dude?
Okay, well, which one you want first, the Rat Pack or the blanket party?
I guess we should start with the Rat Pack. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so check it. They throw me in Denver Road, 3200. This is 1980. This is 79, 80. Remember I told you I caught a case in YA. I'm going to YA, so I'm already 17. They throw me in the county jail. I get kicked out of juvenile hall for fighting. I'm over there fucking up cats in juvenile hall, fucking over them. Los Padrinas, Central, Sillmore. Oh man, send his ass to the county jail over there with the young wild gangbangers over there in junior high power.
Right.
So they send me to the county jail. Get to the county jail, they send my ass to Denver Road, 3100, all Crips. Nothing but Crips. Ain't a blood in sight on this damn macho. Crips, and I mean real Crips. Hoovers. There wasn't no separation then.
Right.
Hoovers, A-Tray gangsters, Grape Streets, PJ Watts, my rivals, both sides, neighborhoods, Long Beaches, all Crips. Some of them I just come out of YA and juvenile hall with, so I knew them. The shot caller, which was Pee Wee from East Coast, was there. Cell 1, I knew him. So when I hit the cell, they sent me down in the middle of the tiers, like cell 13. I go in the cell, it's an older cat from Compton, light-skinned, top bunk, another brother over here. The brother over here, he's supposed to have been from camping out of Park, Blood, Pyru, right? But he talking about he don't bang no more. Why the fuck you don't bang? You 24, bro. What the fuck you mean you don't bang no more? I'm a youngin'. What you mean, homie?
Right.
So anyway, can I get some peace? You got a medal or something? So I get something from you so I can start carving me something that night, right? So the first night I come in, they put me in. You can hear the Crips. Hey, cuz, who was that just come in? I don't know. I know that couple people came in and said such. Hey, homie, who was that on Denver Road? I ain't saying nothing, right? You can just hear the whole tier. Cuz. God damn, when I'm hear blood, you feel me? You just cuz everywhere. So all of a sudden, niggas, hey, homie. I said, who was that up in 13, cuz? I said, man, ain't no cuz up here, homeboy. What? Where you from, my nigga? Bonnie Hannes. Oh, we got us one. Oh, we got one.
Holy shit.
I do just like that. So, bad. This is at night. I know they can't do nothing to get to me right now. The cell is locked up. We locked down. It's a wrap. Boy, that cell opened up early that morning. I shot out that bitch. Go up to the front so I can get my back against the wall where the bar is, because that's the only little area I got is this little central area where me and you sitting at. It's that much a width and wide. So where you go outside the bars. So I stuck my arm right there and the bar stood there. Put my back against the wall. People start coming out their cells. Pee Wee come out cell 1. He look. He go, Pete. I say, Pee Wee, what's up, homie? He go, nigga, you know you on the wrong spot, homie. I said, man, shit. They sent me here last night. Go to the chow hall. Get to the chow hall, Adam. Now, mind you, remember I told you colors was so significant back then.
Right.
I got on some black Pumas with the red, fluffy, big, thick, red shoestrings in them. Because I had on red when I got arrested. I got on these Pumas with these red shoestrings, bro. Oh, man, I hit this chow hall. I see faces. I know. All of a sudden, you can see my name coming out cast mouth. You can see the initials of my name. Like, you know, if somebody's saying my name and I'm seeing them, and then you see niggas throwing up the seat, I threw it to be on them. They look. So I walk through the chow hall, and man, I mean, like, bro, literally, like, you can hear a needle. Cass just stop, like, literally stopped talking damn near. And everybody looking at me like, this motherfucker serious? And I'm not realizing I'm in the chow hall, and it's like predominantly Crips from different modules.
So you're like the only blood?
I can't say I'm the only. It probably was a few in there sprinkle something down where they wasn't finna just jump up and say shit. You feel me?
I'm with him.
Because my big homie, Philip Thornton, was on one of the Crip modules. And he came after the fact going to chow, and that's when I seen him and spotted him. But I go through, get my food, go sit down at a neutral table with the brothers, and I'm sitting down, and I'm starting to eat. And niggas walking by, they start walking by me. They Crip like, cuz. Flop ass, nigga, whoop, bloop ass, whoop, whoop. I'm like, crab ass, I'm dissing them back. So we going, you know, they whispering at me as they walking by, and I'm woofing back. I'm fuck, I can't even eat, man. I dump my tray out, stand back up in line, wait to get ready to go back to the module. Get to the module, same program. Sales open, deputy come up, let me in. Lunchtime roll back around, Adam. I do the same program. come out the gate, shoot straight up to the front. They don't let me make it to lunch, though. It's a wrap. You ain't going to lunch, homie. You ain't finna go to dinner, nigga. You out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I get up to the gate. Now, remember in the beginning, I told you that there was an older brother from Compton said he don't bang, he just from Compton, was in my cell with me. When I got up to the gate, he's standing in the gate with his hands in the bars, with his leg in the bar, looking outside the bar. So I'm like, right there where that glass is, I'm standing right there with my back turned toward the bars. And I look at him, I glance at him, he go, oh, you ain't gotta worry about me, youngin'. So I said, all right, OG. And I turned my back on his ass. But I still seen him in my perimeters from my side view. But I wasn't worried, I kind of relaxed on his ass. When I should have stayed, he should have been the first motherfucker I attacked. Because all the time, he was the one sent me to him. That big motherfucker hit me with some fears in my temple, sent me right into the crowd. But before he hit me, Pee Wee trying to tell me just roll it up. He said, Steve, they just get on, man. I said, fuck that shit, bro. You know I can't roll it up. If I roll it up, homie, that's PC, man.
That's totally off limits.
Yeah, that's a no-no. That's without questioning. He said, bro, you niggas know what you got to do. He said, man, it's out my hand. He stepped back in his cell. You seen them fools lifting each other up from the tier, boom, coming up. And all primarily was my enemies. Lil Billy from Grape Street, Ikey Battle, all these fools on sight when we see each other on the streets. All them getting pushed up. Prentice from PJ Watts, all these cats, my enemies. They getting lifted up to the tier. What's happening, cuz? What's happening? Calling me by my name. What's happening? What's happening, blood? And the motherfuckers rushed me.
And did you actually have a weapon at this point?
Nah, I had that little two-bus he gave me, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. They rushed me. I'm standing off at the gate. When they come in, he fired first. Before I can, the first opponent approaching me, that's where I can take off, he fired. Boom, catch me in my temple, Adam, send me. Boom, and when he fired, I turned right back around on his big old ass and hit him, boom, boom. And he hit me again, and I fired, bing, bing. And now I just fell in the crowd. I'm on him, boom, 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 and they on my ass. I get about a good minute, and I get hit again, boom, bam. So next thing I know, I feel my legs go like this. They didn't grab my leg, made me do the split.
What?
So I said, oh, they trying to drag me down the tier. I said, oh, no. I grabbed the bars and clinch. Feel me? This is another method of defense, right? This is how you protect your body, your ribs and your face and your teeth from getting broke in, because niggas kick your face and kick your teeth out. So I clenched on them. First thing I did was clench. Grab the bars, I clenched. I let them go in on me for a few seconds, about almost a minute. They getting it in, boom, boom, boom. Then I cuffed. I say, deputy, blood down, deputy, blood down. Police started, actually ran upstairs. I done took a 2.5, damn near 3 minute ass whipping by then, feel me? They finally went up. Hey. Crips start running, dispersing. Now I'm kind of getting some light. It's one little motherfucker left on me, Adam, and he kicking the shit out of me. And I look up, he about this damn tall. It's Lil Killer from Hoover. I mean, really, Lil Killer. He was in there for killing, for murder. Lil Killer from Hoover, man. I'll never forget him, man. Kicking the shit out of me. I looked up, I heard up, jumped up, wailed on his little ass. I'm on his little ass to the point where I grabbed him. I'm finna toss his little ass straight up over that tier, and the deputies come in on us. Boom, 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 grab us, slam us, get me, handcuff me, throw me on the bar. Who are you? Where you from? I said, man, I'm from Nix. I'm from Bounty Hunter. Man, he go, what? You a blood? You get your ass out here. You only supposed to be over here. I said, well, man, where I supposed to be, man? They put me over here. He said, how old are you? I said, man, they transferred me from Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall. And so they sent me to the barbershop to figure out where they was gonna house me. I got a big ass doohickey on my head, man. Like a unicorn, bro.
So even at that time, the cops knew that this was not okay to have you in this environment.
The police said, but when he said he heard I was from Bounty Hunter, he said, oh yeah, you Bounty Hunters can fight. He said, boy, because they been beating the shit out of Crip Bloods over here, man. We just took a blood up out of here to the hospital, bro, and he barely made it.
Wow.
I said, well, yeah, man, I ain't with shit. Fuck all that, man. Y'all put me over here, though. It seemed like it was a setup, man. But that was my first one. My worstest one was that one. And then Wayside, they blanket parted me. Now, to give you the example of the blanket party.
And the other one's a rat pack because you're just sort of at the end of a hallway and they're all just coming towards you? Or
no, when you have a name. See, one thing about Los Angeles, as in our gang culture, when you build a name and you really got to name these streets, bro, your name really rises and rotates in these streets. So when people see you It's just like a celebrity. Motherfucker know who you is off top. Oh, that's Bonnie Hunter such such. Oh, that's such such. Oh, that's who woo woo. Oh, that's Crips such such. They know that person. So when the enemy see that, and if I see you, and I know if we down this food, that's points. We own you. That's why I was so on site, because everybody knew through the protocol that if you catch an enemy, especially with a name, oh, that's points. Oh, such such knocked down such such. Or such and them beat up such and them. That's points. You feel me? So to get me is points.
And it's not like an actual point system, but it's just the understanding of your rank as a Crip is going to go up if you get your hands on this guy.
There you go, right there. Yeah. You feel me? There you go, right there. And that's what it was. So,
wow.
You know, and same for me. When I seen them, shit, we stomping them out.
Right.
Immediately. Get him. We own him. You know
what's the blanket party? I got to know.
Okay, so now I'm at Wayside, right? So boom. Now, I don't do the dorm living. I can't stand dorms. That's not, I'm all print straight cell. You put me in a cell, and in order for me to have a cellmate, he better be able to get along with me. I ain't got to worry about getting along with him. He better get along with me. Fuck with me, because I'm clean, I'm needy, and I'm moody. Feel what I'm saying? So most of the time, I'm solo. I don't got a cellmate. I roll him up, I get him up out of there, I beat him up and get him up out of there, whatever it's gonna take. So I jail by myself. Unless we really compatible, it's one of my real warriors and we get along. Okay, cool. Other than that, man, I can't be in no cell with no weenie. That's off top. You know what I'm saying? So they send me to Wayside. I go to Wayside, and this was on my violation. This is only way I end up on Wayside. But they messed up in the county jail, not realizing I'm a KT. I supposed to be in high power because I got a keep away escape on my jacket. So anytime I go to the county jail, they throw me in high power. I don't give a damn if I go in there for tickets right now. Soon my name pop up, they gonna put me in high power. They gonna see that K on me and say, oh, he got to escape. And this was for a fucking key way back in 1983. You know, we used to make our own keys, handcuff keys, to come out the handcuffs to fuck niggas up on the buses.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I got caught with a key in my jumpsuit, and they gave me an escape for that. And so it's in my jacket for life.
Wow.
And so I'm in Wayside, put me in a dormitory. I go to the little Iron Prowl that evening, buff, work out, come back in, shower. Now, I already know my program is I got to go to sleep late. Wake up first thing a.m. I'm up. I'm basically only going to get a couple of hours in primarily because I got to be on point because I know I'm in an all-Crip dorm. But the certain Crips is in there, it's kind of leery of fucking with me because they know my rank and my power. But then you got those who want them points. Fuck that shit good, get that, fuck it. You feel me? So when we went to chow that night, that dinner, then you come in. Now they had to take a count. Now the thing about them damn Barretts, Adam, is the police ain't there. They're ran by the convicts. They'll come in and take their count time at a certain time, and the main count is when you go outside, line up, they count. So when they did that main count for lockdown count, boy, come like 10, 11 o'clock, I done got relaxed. I went to lay down on my bottom bunk. I'm sleeping in my clothes, though. I go to lay down, take my blanket, took my shoes off, put them under my pillow, because you don't put them on the floor. Motherfuckers steal them. Put my shoes under my pillow, and I went to lay back. I got my blanket over me, like you in a coffin. Man, I'm talking about right as I'm like, your body start feeling that you're going into that sleep mode, but you're still kind of woke.
I hate when someone fucks with me when I'm sleeping.
Oh, man, that's the worst.
It's the worst. So the idea of a bunch of dudes beating the fuck out of you while you're like about to fall asleep, like, oh my God.
So imagine it, huh? So look, so now I lay down, I'm going into that daze, and then all of a sudden, I go black. But my eyes already closed, though. Mind you, my eyes is closed, but I go black because in my eyes, even though I'm asleep, there's still lights because of the dormitory lights, certain lights is on. But you go black now once that blanket come over you. And I went black. Boom, boom, boom. I felt them first two blows. Boom, boom. God damn. Hey. And I'm jumping up. I'm trying to come up out that motherfucking blanket, but they got me in the blanket on both sides and they on me. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, cuz. They on me. I rolled out that bitch and they still on me. I finally come up where my head is up. Nigga, catch me in my head. I jump right on up. Now I'm on my shit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, I'm squabbling with him. Boom, 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 boom. My main objective is I got to get to that front door. I got to get to the front door. So I'm on her. Boom, 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 boom. Here come the sheriffs. They come in, lights on, boom, boom. Cats disperse, run to their bunks. Get my shit, I walk on to the door. Who are you? What's happening? I say, shit, man, ain't nothing happening, man. My nose bleed, my lip bleeding. They take me on out, boom. Send me on back to the county jail. Wow. Blanket party.
That's insane. And you got stabbed in there as well, right?
Yeah. That was when they hit me in Tehachapi.
And what, you were just standing around and somebody just came up on you?
Same thing. They rat packed me.
Oh, really?
They had to get me off the yard. They controlled the yard. They was running level 3. They transferred me there by mistake because I was on my way to I was supposed to go to Quentin or either Jamestown. And so instead of them sending me to either one, because they gave me an override, they ended up sending me back to Folsom. So that's why I ended up paroling from Folsom. So they sent me down to Tehachapi level 3, which I did time in max level 4 max security in Tehachapi, and they sent me from there to level 3 by mistake. Then level 3 ended up sending me to level 2, which was a total mistake. I ain't supposed to be on no level 2, period, let alone a level 3. But level 3 is overrides from level 4s back then for us. So I go to level 2, it's dormitory shit. It's buildings, but it's dormitory bunks. What I mean by dormitory, Adam, so it's bunks. I'm not used to that shit where it's wide open like that. You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous. So I'm not used to that. And so they put me in building 2. And building 2 was being controlled by strictly Crips. It wasn't no Bloods in building 2. It was a couple of Pasadenas in building 3, which the homie Butter Red was on the yard running the Bloods at the time. He was representing the Blood car, and he got this old neutral shit going on where don't no Bloods fly colors. So I hit the yard and changed that shit immediately. Fuck you mean the homies can't fly their flags, blood? And these niggas around here they blew it up like a mug, man. What you mean? So I had a meeting immediately. I'm fresh out of R&R, hit the yard, told my little homie, who on the yard? Bring them together, we have a meeting. Soon as we had a meeting, I tell the homies, man, listen, bro, niggas better start flagging their flags, homie. Come out the next following day, homies got flags in their pocket, red shirts on, red stuff. Crips is hot.
I feel like any decent warden or CO is not going to let the prisoners have fucking colorful rags while they're in there, right?
Fuck, what? Well, like you say, you was 8 years old, man. I was gonna say, what fucking world are you from? Talking about any decent
But this is
warden.
back in the day, right?
Ain't no fucking such thing as a decent warden, Adam.
But if they're trying to eliminate violence, it's not like the most obvious thing on earth.
That's the thing. Hey, they wasn't.
They weren't.
Just how smart the wardens were, they was like this. They gonna fuck with the power. Who's the power? That's who you have the relationships with. Okay. Because that's who can control and ascertain certain things from a political standpoint. That's what the wardens would do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like I say, where were we at?
People having rags in prison, I guess.
Oh, yeah, so I hit the yard.
You getting stabbed at
Yeah, so I hit the yard, tell them, that day, and then, like I say, everything transpired before us, the homies started coming out. Now, I'm only there 2 days. Crips is hot. I'm in they dorm, and the word is already, how am I over there? And y'all know who he is. If he able to set up and get more Bloods over there, we gonna have a war on our hand, bro, because then they gonna try to take control of the yard, which is they absolutely right. You feel me? If more homies come in off this bus within the next 24 hours, if I can get 3 or 4 more B-Dogs off the bus, I got a regime I can put together. You know what I'm saying? Especially if 2 of them end up over here with me. All I need is 2. We cool. Now that's a threat because we're moving in sync together. And the Crips know that's a problem. So what they do, they move first and move fast to eliminate that. Same for us. If they was to come in our territory and we controlling yard, we're gonna shut them down immediately before they can set up shop. So that's what they did to me. So they knew my leadership, so they shut me down. So that night, like I said, I come in, again, now that I come off the iron pile, I can't just go jump in the shower. I don't know nobody. So what I did, I went to this brother who was from Northern California. And I said, hey, homie, let me holler at you. I said, I heard you talking, man. I said, you from the O? He was like, yeah, man, I'm from Oakland. I said, yeah, man, so you banging? He was like, oh, man, I don't fuck around, bro. I don't do the banging, brother. I think that banging ain't cool, brother. I said, look, man. I got to go get my stuff. All my stuff is packed up and on R still, man. I say, but the homies just hit me with a little kit. I said, I got about 5 soups in there, bro. I said, I'll give you 3 of them. Watch my back. Let me go in here and run in and shower right quick. He said, I got you, bro. I got you. And dude was kind of stocky and, in shape, brother. You feel me? And looked like he was very respectable from being from Oakland. Nobody messed with him. So he was neutral. So I ran in the shower. He stood by the door, posted up, put Usalam on me. I threw my boots on. Went in there, shower with my boots on, shower right quick, boom, boom, come out, dry up, put my clothes on.
Like actual boots?
Yeah, boots. You got boots and then you got a pair of tennis.
And why you wear it in the shower? They're like leather boots?
Listen, Adam, when you at war and you stuck in a situation and there's pressure and you know it's pressure, you ain't going in no fucking shower barefooted, brother.
Right.
You ain't going there it's bad enough I'm butt-ass naked and I got a shower.
Right.
Now I ain't got no grip on my feet. Man, you got to put them boots on or your tennis shoes on.
I heard a guy who did a lot of time in prison saying that he would shower with all his clothes on.
That too. Really? Shit, yeah. That's
you'd be like shampooing up your shirt and shit. And that's actually how you wash your clothes as well. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's how detrimental this shit can be, bro. When it's on like that, man.
Wow.
Yeah, when them level 4s is cracking, it's cracking, man. It is cracking like that for real, bro. It ain't no play. See, like I say, this shit here, these cats, they not going to prisons. Mm-hmm. They going to correctional facilities. It's a difference. If you do your statistics, you'll find out exactly how many prisons we have in Los Angeles, and you're going to find out, the majority of these facilities are correctional facilities. They're not actual prisons.
Right.
You're going to see the numbers are different. You're going to see prisons and facilities. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which are privately owned now.
Right.
Corporated owned. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. But yeah, back then it was just like, it was strenuous, man. It was on point, on site.
But you had this dude from Oakland watching the shower.
So now I come out, count time. The main last count time for the night, they come in, you got to stand up by your bunk. Now you got to stand in front of your bunk. Now, if you was in your cell, you would stand up in front of your cell. So it's the same thing now, like in the Army. You would stand up in front of your bunk. So you got inmates lined all up down the rows in front of their bunks. They come by, sign off your name, your last 4, which is to your C5, your C number. C91059, that's my C number. I had a C number, bro. Feel me? C91059 was my number. They say your last name, haul off your number, bam. They check you off, you here. After count, lights dim down. Jump on my top bunk. Same thing, same program, hey. Go to lay down, I got my clothes on, I'm fully dressed. I got on a tee though, under the blanket. When normally I would have on a long sleeve, then my counter jacket. I had that behind me as my pillow. So I lay down. As I lay down, again, prison, when you in wars, and you in prison, and you in maximum securities like that, man, and you do a lot of time, and you're around convicts, because there's a difference between inmates and convicts. And when you're around killers, like yourself, and you're a hitter, and you're around other hitters, your awareness is so on point, and everything is, every movement you like, because you don't know when it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So your body will feel this certain urge, where you can feel movement, but your body is relaxed and your mind is kind of halfway getting there to where you're going to sleep. That's the moment I'm in. My body is relaxed from working out on the yard, and my body to kind of simmer down, but my mind is still alert, like I ain't supposed to be here. So I really don't want to sleep. So I'm trying to half-ass sleep and take me a quick nap in between. You fall out. But now, again, like I said, when the blanket party come, you can recognize the darkness. If you close your eyes, do me a favor, close your eyes and then do like this. See how it went dark, it went black, but when you move your hand, you can still see.
Yeah, it gets darker.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? You can still see the lights.
Right, yeah.
Feel me? So when it's like that, that's how the blanket party was structured, where it just put you in the darkness. So now it's the same setup, but I got my blanket on, covering me up from right here, and my arms here. And I'm like this. And I can hear the movement, and here they come. As I hear the movement, this little fool named G.I.'s from Compton was what they called him. the first thing I seen from my head coming up was his arm coming up in the air like this. And I went to try to catch him, and he caught me. Hit my shoulder, cut me right here, sliced me. When he sliced me, I jumped right off on him. Boom, I catch him. Boom, boom, he hauled ass. 2 more come, and they catch me from the back. So I turned around on them, and I lock up toe-to-toe with them. Boop, 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 boop. And when I turn back around, here come the rest of them, they on me. Once again, I got to fight like an L. I got to fight like this to get to that door, the front door. So now I'm coming down the alleyway, taking them. Boom, 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 boom. But not with my head down. That's a no-no. You don't duck your head. That's a wrap. That bust your shit. Why? One of them real fighters catch a motherfucker with his head down, he gonna know what to do. Hit him with the super uppercut and bust your shit wide open. Lift you. I come straight up. Taking him. Boom, 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 boom. Whatever you gotta take, you go straight in with it. Bam, 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 bam. Make it out, here come the police. I fell right in their hand. Bam, bam. Same thing again. Take me off the yard, you can hear the Crips chanting, get that slob ass, get that blob ass, he wasn't supposed to be over here anyway. I'm calling them again. Took up 50 of you motherfuckers and rushed me, fool. Look at me, I'm walking away. I'm walking away, fool. Woofing on them. For me, it was points. Taking that ass whooping again.
You held it down, it could have been a lot worse.
A lot worse, you feel me?
Right.
So for
and
me,
you could live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
You know? It's like if you really like went to war in another country or whatever, you would have all these stories about bombings and invasions and shit. But I mean, these kind of stories are basically like that for someone who's done a lot of prison time. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So a lot of people will like do one of these long bids, like you're talking about 3-4 years, whatever, and their mind state will change a lot during it, and they'll get out and not want to break the law anymore or whatever. Was that happening to you, or were you just kind of so determined to be on the shit that you didn't really have the will to change it up? Or did you, and you just kind of kept getting unlucky?
Well, I knew that my first decade, just head on. But I still had my siblings, my sisters left. So I started kind of snapping and realized, you know, I got my girls, man, and I gotta love them and protect them, because that's the only love I have in me. I don't got no love. Relationship, woman, I ain't had none of that shit. It was a wrap. People give a fuck about you. It wasn't my siblings, and it wasn't the Knicks and guards. I didn't have no fucking love, man. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You couldn't do nothing to me, man. You couldn't disrespect me and think I wasn't coming at you right there. I didn't give a fuck. So once I started growing and I developed that D-boy character and started making that dope money in the 80s, I started seeing myself on another level. The level that I was supposed to be on, because I knew I was smarter and sharper than this gang shit. But I was so clean to the gangs and dedicated and devoted to my hood, and I knew my hood needed my devotion and my dedication, so I stayed with it. Feel me? Frontliner. Anything going on in Nixon, motherfuckers calling me off top, as well as other individuals. I'm one of them names they calling. Straight up, because they know I'm going.
And was there ever a time where your enemies would like actually go into the hood and just be shooting at people and shit?
Hell no. Not on our shift. It wasn't happening.
Right, because when I went there, I just kind of realized like, oh, there's like no fucking way you're getting in and out of this shit. Like
in 1970, well, I went in 79, 78, going into 79, 1978, before New Year's of 79, we had one incident, and this is what made me come up with the concept. We had one incident. One of my homegirls, my OG homegirls, used to go with an OG Grape Street shot caller. And this fool was a real shot caller from over there, outside of the Huncho, the Days, and the Brims. This was Bone. Regular, he was like the godfather of their projects, like our big homie Ray Boyce was the godfather of our projects. Bone used to like my homegirl, Diet, rest in peace. And my homegirl, Diet, was real pretty, you know what I'm saying, me, short. But my homie, G-homie, Bill, that's his wife. He ended up marrying her, and that was his wife. But he wasn't married to her back then. But she was young, and Bone used to be chased her and liked her. And like I said, at one point, we were all together, so we weren't separated. So we all knew each other. We went to schools with each other. Like a lot of my big homies in the first generation went to Jordan High School at once about a time. So they knew all the cats in the Jordan Downs, the Pygmies, all them. You feel me? And so Bone came to our hood one night. That's the only time they had ever came to the projects. He came to 111 to where Diet stayed at. And he came in there, and two of my homies seen him, and he got on. So word got to me, Bone was creeping in our projects. I said, oh, yeah? Okay. So me, my homeboy OG Goo, his brother Gay, my homeboy Lightbud, big homie Lightbud, Bonnie Hunter Spud, which is my homeboy, he taught me how to shoot a 12 gauge with one hand.
The fact that this story involves a dude named Goo and another guy named Gay,
Yeah, they brothers.
I just got to acknowledge that to the people out there. Those are some wild names, bro.
Straight hitters, though.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
terrified. Please don't judge me for what I just said. But that's
straight hitters,
okay,
though.
Yeah,
knock your head off.
I believe
man.
it.
You feel me? Matter of fact, one of them he just come home from doing 32 for a body.
Bring them around next time.
Yeah, for a body, man. He just come home from doing 32 from a massacre that happened in the PJs back in the 80s.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Him and my big homie Joe Valentine. And so he's free the big homie Joe Valentine too, man, and Big Boss Floss, man. Free the homies, man, all the real ones. Free all the real homies in, man. Keyways and Damus, man. Crips and Bloods up out that joint. Free the real ones, man, while we speaking on it. So yeah, man, it was just radical, man. You know, radical, Adam.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. And so, where were we? We were talking about I mentioned just like people coming in there in general, like being able to come up into the
projects.
gardens.
So when I seen that, yeah, speaking on this other trend I ended up starting. So where I came up with the concept was because he came in our project that night. So like I said, those names I just named off, we were patrolling the hood that night. I ended up getting a hold to a 357 Python Magnum. Make my fucking day, Clint Eastwood style, right? Oh, you couldn't tell my young 17-year-old ass nothing, man.
Right.
Nothing. But now, mind you, I still got my parents now, Adam, so I'm sneaking gangbanging. I'm living two characters. When I go home, I'm Burtis Johnson. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, I took the trash out, Daddy. Oh, yes, ma'am, Mama. I'm outside. Man, I'm out gangster shit. What's happening, blood? You feel me? But still playing football too, though.
Right.
So I'm torn between characters. But come that 79, when I catch the bodies and the temps, my daddy spend money, get my cases knocked down, get to one of the key witnesses, which was one of my homeboys who worked at the school, because they booked me for occupied dwelling too, because I shot at like about 30, 40 something Grape Streets. Everybody who was coming from the Jordan Downs, I blast on them at the school. So they booked me for that shit too.
Wow.
And so my daddy spent a lot of money for my case, and I ended up with 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I ended up going to YA. And then from YA, I got out, and I caught that HK case, and went in. That was my first prison term. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so when does your mind state start to kind of change, and you start to realize that you don't want to just keep going back and forth like this?
Well, for me, one thing about me was I hated the system, Adam. I hate doing time. So that's why I always stayed smart to not do time. Even though I knew I was doing some of the most devious crimes out here, I did them to get away.
Right.
That's why I had blueprints. A lot of my peers would tell you, if he going on a robbery, he going to get some real money. I'm going with B. Because he ain't gonna do no random robbery shit. That motherfucker gonna have a plan, in and out. That was me. That was my reputation. That was my MO. And then basically back then was, you know, me and a few of my other homies, like my homie I mentioned, and rest in peace, from Miller Gangsters and other cats, you know, our MOs, you know, we were like the D-boy jackals of the city. We was knocking down fools with had them things. That was my MO. I'm going to get that money. If I'm going to go get some, I'm finna go over here and get this fool sitting on 50 or 20 or 30 birds. Or at least 200,000-300,000 cash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go take some from some cat who only got 5,000 and a few ounces. Nah, man, let him live. Let that man breathe.
Right.
So that was just my mentality of it. So then moving along, after about going through my out-of-town experiences for about a decade, taking me out of the 80s, going into the 90s, basically once I jumped into the 90s, 1992 was my pivoting. That's when I decided, Adam, okay, hold on, man. What am I going to do for the rest of my life and with my life where I can achieve certain things and become successful? Because I know I'm starting to feel I'm bigger than this gang shit. I'm bigger than this D-boy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It started changing my thoughts. Because now, you know, I've always traveled because my mother and father, like I say, my father had us everywhere. He would take us out on family outings. So this is why my teaching was there, where I know how to get on the plane. I can take a bus, a train, a car. Give me an atlas map. I don't need no damn Google. Give me an atlas map. Right now today, I can read an atlas map because this was the teaching embedded in me. So I knew how to get out places. My homies wouldn't lead the projects. I would take them chances. I would go to the west side, kick it with the Brims, the 20s, the rolling 20 neighborhoods. So when I started opening up spots, I had spots like that in other hoods. So I had other bloods running their hoods through me. You feel me? So when I got to that level, to the point where I really, really started feeling, like I said, in 1992, I got called up on to represent my hood and became one of the main advocates for the 1992 Peace Treaty.
And how did that conversation start?
Huh?
How did that conversation come together about the peace treaty?
I'm glad you asked that, for the record too, man. By the way, the peace treaty, when people speak about Los Angeles peace treaty, like especially out of town or, just the outside, right? And I want to put clarification on that. The peace treaty never started from Los Angeles, Adam. The creation started in the beginning on the Hill at the White House, at Jim Brown House, through multiple individuals throughout Los Angeles, from the 60s, the Jungles, rest in peace, the homie, late, great T. Rogers, brother by the name of Daru Sherrills, his brother Akita Sherrills out of the Jordan Downs, my big homies, Gush, rest in peace, Big Hank, Donnie Boy. They was the representatives during the time under the underground movement. Snipe, Dwayne Holmes, somebody of the PJs, Sister, Mother Teresa. So they were the bridge. They were the undergrounds who put this in the mix as far as a concept. It was just a concept first. Now the concept, they took it to Jim Brown House thinking that we could bring the whole entire city to peace with stop gangs, which was a beautiful concept, but it wasn't gonna work. It was too many fucking deaths occurring every single day. Right. How you gonna stop that?
Yeah.
How you gonna stop a person from mourning who just got killed yesterday? You can't go in their hood and tell them, hey man, let's put the guns down, let's cease fire. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a strategic blueprint and a game plan. So the smartest thing that ever could have happened, and I always give this dude his props, I always give him his props because it's the truth, was the meetings was being held at the White House. They called me one day, I go up to the White House. Now me, I'm active still. I'm solely active at this time. So I go to the White House, and I see, whoa, okay.
It must have been quite a culture shock for you.
Bro, listen, when you said, you at Jim Brown House, this successful football hero millionaire, but you seeing all kind of your enemies from Los Angeles in Jim Brown House. Shot callers. I'm talking about from the big U's on up.
Must have been insane.
Feel me? Real talk. So you see these kind of cats here, the Peter Wax, you know what I'm saying, me, the Comptons, and then you got the, over here, the Batmans, the East Coast, this everybody, this representatives from their hood. And I'm tripping off the shit because I'm still in my active mode. And I really I ain't tripping on no Jim Brown like that. Like, it's cool, but I ain't fascinated with Jimmy like that. Because again, my mind is so well advanced, and so many of these cats in this room, they don't have the slightest idea the money we can get out of this situation with our power and our leadership.
Right.
But I do. So I became one of the spokesmen. So now it's like, being that way though, you're a threat. Because now you're going to be in the way from the overall attention of what the real people want to do. They can't perceive their power now because you're going to wake them up. You're going to wake your people up. So I became a threat. So a lot of the meetings that was held, I wasn't there because I'm still on my D-boy thing out of towns and shit, so I ain't there. So the brother Dawu Sherrills came up with this concept, Adam, and he said, because the last meeting that was held, T. Rogers and a couple of his homeboys and one of the homies from the Booyah tribe, they got into a real massive argument with the Baby Lokes. And the Baby Lokes was finna go there with niggas at Jim Brown House. So they had to stop that, break it up. One of the homies, Twilight Bay from Circle City, they had to break that up. So from there, Dawu said, man, this ain't gonna work. It's too many heads, it's too many different chiefs, it's too many different characters, this ain't gonna work. So he told his brother, he said, man, if we could just spearhead Watts, if we could just spearhead our community of Watts, and it bring a domino effect to the whole city because we're the umbrella, we're the hub of Los Angeles. And that was the smartest concept he could have came up with, because that was the hardest that we need to do and conquer anyway before we could get into the city. If we can't conquer Watts, we ain't gonna have no damn peace treaty. When we was in the uproar wars between the Nixon Garden, PJs, and the Grape Streets. Then the PJs and the Grape Streets became rival enemies in an uproar. So there was bodies dropping,
right,
deaths occurring on a regular. So that concept merged, and that's what brought about. And then the secret meetings started being held in our neighborhood on Central, 112th and Central, at this mosque through this brother Muslim called Brother Mujahid. So they got together and they started secretly holding these meetings at his mosque. We wasn't aware of it though, because my big homies didn't come tell the active ones like myself. He didn't tell us. They didn't let us know. So the active ones over there, they didn't know where the meetings was being held. Only the activists knew. My name pops up. Tony Bogart's name pops up from the PJs. Certain individuals from Grape Street names popped up because these are the voices in that generation, that era, who's regulating. My big homie Goof got at me. He said, man, we need you to come to this meeting, man. You know, we having a peace treaty. I go, what? Peace treaty?
Right.
I don't want to hear that shit, Goof, man. Jumped in my car, I got on. My relative, they sick my relative on me because they know the closest person to him that can talk to him, if anything, if it's one person in these projects that can get to him and calm him down, it's only going to be Hitman. Feel me? So they call Hit. Hitman got at me. Hey, ready, man, they talking about doing a peace treaty. They want you to come holler at the meet. I said, bro, I just told Goof I ain't fucking with no goddamn peace treaty, man. I'm in KC, homie. I ain't fuck that shit. Turned it down again. About a month go by. He got at me again, but now I'm home. And he get at me face to face. He's, bro, just go through, let's just go check it out, man. I'm telling you, I went to 2 of them, and it's actually kind of cool, man. I look at him, I said, oh, they ain't got to your soft ass? He said, no, I'm just telling you, man, it's cool, man. Go, you need to go check it out. So I said, oh, man, I don't know, man, I don't know. I ended up leaving. He called me again and told me they're having a meeting coming up the following month, the first of the month. I said, I'm coming, I'll be there. Now, in my mind, I came up with this dirty plan. Man, I'm finna go in here and knock all these fools down. I'm finna have the biggest name in L.A.
But you're also gonna do the rest of your life in prison?
Yeah.
You didn't give a fuck.
But but in my mind was I wasn't going to prison, Adam. We're gonna get away.
If you were the guy who caught 10 bodies at the fucking peace treaty meeting, yeah, we would probably still be talking about you like, that's crazy. Yeah.
But it's true talk. This is all in our movie, in the movie. See, I'm an executive producer to our movie called The Truth. I sent you the trailer. That's why I sent you the trailer.
Oh, okay.
That's what you seen. That's The Truth, the movie. Cappuccino Films. It's Baraka Film, which is the director. He's a cat out of Detroit, white guy out of Detroit. It's a great monumental piece, man. I can't wait for it to really, really get released. It's already done. It's finished, complete. We just finished up the music score right now. Unfortunately, I got offered for it twice. I got $1 million offer for it 2022 when we was on lockdown because I got it to HBO, straight to HBO to the president. End up in a ball of confusion with the business partners behind it. The beginning of the year opened up. I get a call from one of my business partners, executives that I'm signed on right now to do a major film with. Bo Carson, signature film at the Universal, called me and said, hey, Captain, where's The Truth? Is it ready? I said, hell yeah, it's ready. He said, how 1.1 sound for you? I said, shit, sound lovely. I get on the phone to call the director, which is I'm having issues with right now. So we dealing with legal technicalities right now. Once I get through that, it's a done deal. But I end up losing these two opportunities just recently. But I offered $1 million twice.
Wow.
Feel me? But yeah, so within that, like I say, they start having these meetings, and then finally, I broke down to come. But my mindset was, I'm going to knock shit down. So I get a few of my warriors, tell them my plan. They with me.
So you're allowed to just bring some homies to the peace meeting?
Yeah, man, that's my hood. You know, man, who gonna tell me be cool? My homie's gonna tell me it's be cool, but ain't no nigga finna stop me.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway.
But when you actually get there, you had to change your heart.
This is the beauty of spirituality. This is the beauty of real change, and when God step in and Allah step in and utilize his power for what it's really supposed to be meant for. Feel me? My leadership was supposed to be meant for destruction for God, man, and to do right and to teach and get these youngers the real. And that's what I'm doing today, you feel me? And so that's my overall soul mission, man. I love it that way. But then the devil had me, and I was on his team fully. I was his warrior. So I went in with this demonic attention. I'm shooting such off top. I'm shooting such out. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting him. Oh, definitely. And then the rest of them soldiers, oh yeah, but him, I got to get them. Tony Bogart, off site. We got a bounty on his head already. They got a bounty on my head. Them motherfuckers had a bounty. They tried to kidnap me. Bro. So I got we on site. This is my mind. So we march on up there, Adam. Get there. Soon I hit the door. Mujahid say, Brother B, welcome. I said, yeah, Move. Yeah. Walk in the door. He said, brother, I'm gonna ask you have to take off your shoes, brother. He talked real smooth like that. I said, Mujahid, man, I ain't take off no shoes, Mujahid, man. I ain't take off no shoes. Fuck all that shit. I burst on in. Walk on in the second door. Walk in, now you're in the mosque. It's a room, 2 rooms like this, basically. Open. Carpet. See all these brothers sitting down on the floor, barefooted. The money hunter section over here. The advocates is from the Nixon Garden, they over here, which is my big homies, first generation. Donnie Boy, Big Hank, and Gus, rest in peace. And my relative, Big Hit Man. They sitting over here. Couple of cats from Circle City, High Center, Big John, the homies, they all sitting over here too. They with us. Bellhaven, sitting right here. Crips section over here. PJ Watts, Grape Streets, Hat Gangs, Circle Cities, all spread it out, but these are all Watts cliques. We walk in. Now, when we walk in, you can hear people talking. When we walk in, they see me, everything stopped. The dude I told you about, the Muslim brother Dawood Sherrill, was on the palladium speaking. He stopped for a minute. He said, welcome, brothers, welcome. I looked at him, I looked around, and I seen my homies, my big homies, and Goof looked at me, did the nod to me. So I walk over there to him. But now, mind you, we walking with our shoes on, eh? So soon I get over, he go, I bend down to him, say, take your shoes off, man. Have some respect, man. You in the Lord's house, man. I said, man, what I gotta take my shoes off for, big homie? He said, man, take your shoes off, B. I said, man, for you, man, all right, big homie. Walk back to the door, we slipped our shoes off. Boom, boom. I tell one of my ninjas, stand on the door, like playing, like I told you. You don't come out your shoe. He posted at the door. The father said, brother, come on in, brother. He go. He just stood there posted with the thing. So can't nobody get out that door. There's only one way in, one way out. You ain't getting in and get out. There's only one way in, one way out, and that's gonna be through him. So now I go sit down next to my homies. Goof put his arm around me. He talking to me. He said, man, it's a good thing, man. He said, we need you on this movement, man. It's a good thing. We need your voice, man. We need you. I said, Goof, I don't know about all that shit, homeboy. You know what it is. Niggas money hunters, nigga. I'm waiting on Rat Dog to show up. Because I done already hit Rat, told Rat I'm on my way up there. So I'm waiting on Willie Dog to show up. So bam, we sitting there for a minute. Cass is getting up. Everybody saying different speeches. Mother Teresa get up, say a speech. Sister, these are women, get up from PJ, she said a speech. Snipe start talking. As Snipe start talking, I don't know for some reason when Snipe started talking, because I knew Dwayne, the younger generation he was one of them guys from over there, shot caller from his generation, era younger, but I knew him. And I never really had no funk against him, but I liked his style because I knew he was solid. And he respected the shit out of me and honored me. So when he got through talking, Goof loved me. Go on, nigga, it's your turn. Go on up there and speak, man. I go, man, I ain't finna get up there and be talking. He said, go on, man. So basically, because of my big homie is what pushed me there. If it wasn't for him, I would never just volunteer to get am. I won't think I would never have volunteered. I know I wouldn't have. I probably would have went on with my plan, bro, for a fact. But because he kept nudging me and was on me, it kind of gave me a positive outlook now as far as the, all right, fuck it. So I went up there to speak. And when I got up there and speak, Adam, I stood up on the thing like this, man. Hit the little thing. Yeah, wait, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's happening, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? You hear everybody, what's up, B, what's up? I say, what's up? What's up? No, I say, what's up? Niggas, what's up? What's up? I said, that's what I'm talking about. I said, look, man, I see what y'all trying to do here. Y'all trying to bring peace among the communities and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a smart thing to do, man. You feel me? But, you know, a lot of us, you know, we caught up with this shit, and I'm one of them. I cussed in the time, you know, excuse my language, but anywho. And the more I start talking at him, the spirit kicked in on me, bro. That's the only way I can explain this shit in real talk. The spirituality kicked in on me to the point where I became this advocate instantly. And that shit went out of my head about killing. And I started talking about saving the life of our babies, the kids, the future, our community, our hoods, how this is gonna bring money economically, because we're coming together as one now. So that means you're not limited from going to get your money. Your best friend could be the individual from the Jordan Downs, and y'all get money together. Like you couldn't get with your own homeboy you've been knowing for 20 years, and that was happening. So Peace Treaty babies started coming about. So the day I spoke, the day they finally got to me, still one individual left they got to get to, and that's Tony Bogard. His attitude was the same as mine. He the shot caller of the PJs, and he declared war against the Grape Streets for life because they hit him with a K, and they had to put his ass back together like the Bionic Man. Wow. You feel me? He got hit. They knocked off this arm, elbow, legs, ankles, literally, bro, and they had to put him back together like a Bionic Man. And fortunately, he was able to walk again, boy, with a limp. But Tony wasn't no joke. Tony was a hitter, a smasher. And he was sending them P.J. Watts, niggas, sending them. So the war was, they had to get to Tony. And so how Tony got involved, because Snipe ended up going to jail. But moving real quick, though, as I spoke, and after I spoke, and then Mujahid, he got up, and then my big homie Goof spoke. And after that, and we dispersed from the mosque, and we came outside, Adam. It was never the plan to do this. That's why I said I knew it was some spiritual awakening, bro, because we came outside, cats started shaking hands. Chris was just coming up to me, Beat man, hey homie, we need to do this, bro. Man, it's good to see you, homie. And I'm talking about cats. I know if I've been after you. You feel me? And then I'm shaking his hand. I just seen you. I just shot at you. Now I'm shaking his hand. Literally. Feel me? And so once we did that, somebody called LAPD. LAPD came. By this time, it's over 200 to 300 people in the middle of the street of Central Avenue. They called LAPD. They thought it was a riot. No, it wasn't a fucking riot. It was brothers and sisters coming together who was tired of the fucking mass killings in Watts, bro, for the first time in life. History. We marched from the Nixon Gardens to the Jordan Down Projects, and 2 parties went on for 2 days and 2 nights, man, nonstop. Wow. From that point on, bro, history was made. 1992, the Watts Peace Treaty. The Peace Treaty started and was developed in Watts, man, and it merged throughout Los Angeles, through other states, all the way down to Chicago.
And what happened? How long did it last?
For us, 12 years, almost 12 and a half straight years, which we never got our credit for. That's why the movie is so important to be released, because we didn't get our credit from the media. The media didn't want to massively show how this community saved lives consecutively for 12 years, how the crime rate went like this in Watts. And so, not Los Angeles, but Watts.
12 years, and so you were saying 1992 is about the time that the Peace Treaty started?
Yes.
So like 2004?
Yes, exactly. All the way to 2004, two murders took place, Adam, at the skate depot with our younger baby generations, which was the Peace Treaty babies. That's how the shit went back into the war.
Wow. And was that kind of heartbreaking for you to see because it was something that meant so much?
Because my reputation, A1, I put my reputation on the line. 2, we really was sincere about this shit. That's why it lasted so long, because us OGs who were involved, we put a structure down. A1, we really got a signed declaration a peace treaty declaration signed, literally, legitimately, with our names on them from each housing projects that we declare this, and without promising that we would stand with our word, and anything happen here or there, we gonna do what we supposed to do. And we did that for 12 years. Certain little shit was going on. We had to politic to keep this from happening, or from this feud going on, or this shooting from happening. We had to be on our shit. And for 12 years, we did that, man.
And so how did you see the most recent peace treaty that comes to mind, which was after Nipsey got killed? And it was always interesting to me because since that was like one gang member from the same gang killing someone from the same gang, it felt like that was kind of easier to use as a way to push peace. Whereas like if it was a Hoover that killed Nipsey, nobody's going to want to make peace. Everybody's going to want to fucking go to war, right?
See, yeah, exactly. See, the thing that is, you got to understand the differential. People have a tendency, especially in Los Angeles, they have a tendency of taking words and just throwing words. It was never no peace treaty.
Right, okay.
It's called a treaty. If anything, it's a ceasefire for the moment. Just like the East Coasters and the Florentians. It became a ceasefire moment. It was never a peace treaty.
Right.
A peace treaty means just that. It's a treaty. And in a treaty, there's rules involved. It's protocol. It's rules to follow. In a ceasefire, it's different. You're going to have those over there just took a loss. Man, I ain't with that shit. Fuck that shit, cuz blood. And you can't control it. The only way you can control that is if it's a peace treaty, meaning there's everybody involved and there's a committee. And you can't outvote the committee and you ain't bigger than the committee. That's the only way it would work.
Do you feel like it would be infinitely harder to make another peace treaty happen now? Because at least this is my impression, the younger generation of kids, they don't give a fuck about what the older generation says, right?
You hit it right on point. It's like not want to be taught by your father or your uncle.
They take pride in not abiding by what the OGs say, right?
Right.
It's like part of their identity.
And that's only because most of us are retired, cats are up in age, still whoop your ass. You don't even realize it. If he really, really want to go there, whoop your ass. But their mentality is different. They didn't raise their kids, family, did 20 years on the yard, 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, got tired of that shit and living their life. That's the only reason why these youngsters get buck wild like this. Then the ones who are out here OGs, they're on drugs, they scared of the younger generation. So it gives them empowerment. But they know who to fuck with, not to fuck with. They not gonna fuck with their real big homies. That's why they respect them still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, a lot of cats in my peers, in my era, they were on drugs, lost their reputation, lost their names, and lost their respect with the younger generations. So this is why these young cats don't respect them. If you're a big homie and you're on drugs, 9 times out of 10, they ain't giving you that respect.
You're the old guy on the corner they're laughing at.
Nah, fuck no, you ain't getting it.
Right.
You got to be a real big homie with that name and reputation and know, man, I still go there with your young ass. Yeah, what's happening? Feel me? Or you really don't want that with me because you ain't cut where I'm cut from. Because I ain't finna play your games, little youngster. I've been to knock your head off. When I mean knock your head off, they mean that literally. I knock your shit off, your mama and your daddy. So they don't want that funk, so they know how to stand down. So they know they errors. And like I said, a lot of us is just out the way. Niggas is in the shadow, kicking back, ain't tripping. So it's their time, they error. Live your life then.
Right.
But y'all living it foolishly and recklessly. At least we had some standards, some morals, some principles, values, structure, protocol. We had all that. They don't got none of that shit. It's just here.
Right.
Hey, everybody meet up on Florence. Do. Here go 1,000 kids on Florence through the text. You feel me? See, we didn't have that shit.
Right. And they got social media hyping everything up like crazy too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. Okay, there was one thing I seen online. It was a YouTuber I'm not going to name out of respect for you. But he was trying to push this narrative that Bounty Hunter BJ snitched or some shit. He got some old ass footage of you. It's actually insane to see what you looked like all those fucking years ago. But what is this story, this narrative that he's trying to push about you?
I need you to give me the name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you talking about the black fool from
OG Frog.
Oh, you talking about my so-called big homie?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, this was happened 2 years ago. You talking about? This
Okay,
was 2 years ago.
I just seen some videos with 100,000 views of people trying to say that shit about you, and I was like,
this was like
sure, you got some feelings.
Yeah, this was like 2 years ago, man. I'm gonna touch on it. Not him though, cause I don't even want to mention that fool name.
Okay.
Even speak on that fool. You feel me? But anywho, man, it's like this, bro. Jealousy and envy is a motherfucker. And when it came out of this particular one individual right here, it was all about jealousy and envy. This is supposed to have been a big homie, right? So-called big homie. But I come from a different generation than him. He's the first generation. I'm second generation. But my reputation is devious. My work I done put in is more devious than him. Feel me? So it's the envy, jealous thing. Now, to try to turn around and tarnish my name and put a jacket on me, individual steps in the game, get a certain platform, certain level. I'm hot. I'm the only known bounty hunter on the internet this time, and I'm growing, right? So, cats step on my name, try to utilize the HK case and say, oh, I'm this. Okay, I got to go in and defend my honor now. First and foremost, everybody and mama know from the projects, Nixon Gardens, our case was wide open. It was a kangaroo case, meaning that we went in court behind plastic fiberglass, bulletproof fiberglass, and they limited our projects from coming in because there was so many bounty hunters coming to the courthouse, to our case. So they limited it down to our parents, specifically, strategically, our family members, you know what I'm saying? Moms, pops, sisters, and siblings, things like that. Homies had to stay outside in the hallway. Certain homeboys had to stay outside in the hallway because they was coming up there deep. Our case was followed by our hood the whole entire time, Adam. There was no way, me being a leader, first of all, I'm the main head nigga of this case, mind you. Me being a shot caller leader / my dog, my road dog, Big Hook. We the main two individuals on the case. I got 32 crimies. My big homie is involved in the case, ain't got no business being on the case, which is OG Snoop, Bounty Hunter Snoop. The other nigga, he envy my big homie. Another one, he envy. Ain't gonna say nothing like that because he get his head bust open. However, he take the initiative on himself to get in his feelings, bro. All this came because I made a mistake, a slight mistake, telling a story to an actual blogger, which was Alex Alonzo,
right.
Gangster Chronicles.
Right.
When I first come on, I'm talking about, and the crazy part about it is, me and him ain't never had no problems in the pride. He ain't never stepped to me, A1, because he, first of all, he can't whoop my ass. Can't whoop me, can't fuck with me. I beat the dog shit out of his ass. That's on my life. Can't fuck with me. Here or none of this shit. So I don't know why this even came about. But the fact of, he got into his feelings, bruh. And me being the real bounty hunter I am, I follow protocol. When he got in his feelings and jumped on the internet, I refuse to go to the internet against my so-called big homie, Adam, because I know and I follow protocol. I got on the phone and I called my homeboy Goo Goo. I said, Goo, get such and such on the phone, man. That nigga got a problem with me, homie. He on the internet, woo, woo, woo. We get on the phone like men. We talk, bro. I said, what's your problem, my nigga? What you going through? Hey, man, you know that wasn't right what you said about me. You talked about me. What are you talking about? Then it dawned on me, oh, is that what you said? So I take the video down out of respect for my so-called big homie. We talked it out on the phone, bro. Me, him, and a third party. We laughed, start talking about old days shit. Next thing I know, this shit pops up after the fact. He come hit me with this. But what he did was he backtracked and when he told Google, he called homie Google back and said, yeah. You know what I'm saying, me? And I'm glad you went on to ask me this because I ain't went this deep to even put it out there publicly as far as this level, as far as the homies that was involved, but because I've always defended my honor and this shit. But man, that motherfucker know he was in violation and he in violation and he a fucking goddamn liar, man. That's why he can't go to the projects. He don't go to them Nixon Gardens, period. He can't come to the projects at all, period. Because he's a fucking liar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he phony. So this motherfucker done disrespected our dead, OG big homies. He done disrespected real soldiers, real warriors, you feel me, to me. So he depicted to come after me because he figured, oh, somebody got in his ear And this is the way he could build a platform. Go after your young homie. Okay, damn. What kind of smut can I put on? He put the smut jacket on me. Oh, he snitched on Hawkins' case when all of us pleaded out on our case.
Oh, so it was that case. Okay.
Yeah, we all took a plea. Nobody never got on the stand on one another. No fucking body. One person got separated from us. That was the juvenile you seen in the PBS bullshit documentary, Lil Louis. He got separated because of his big mouth mama. And he wouldn't have been separated. He would have got cut loose if he would have stayed in trial with and stayed in court with us. His mama separated. He the only one went to trial, got 7 years because they found the door, multiple evidence and shit in his house when they raided it. And he said he wasn't no gang member. So that's what got him convicted. Us, we pleaded out with the presence of our attorneys and the district attorney. We pleaded out on our deals. When I say pleaded out, oh, Mr. Johnson, did you do such? Yeah, I shot that, yeah. Every last one of us took our pleas that way, bro. This motherfucker went and put a snitch jacket on behind that shit right there.
So just totally making shit up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Never got on no stand ever in my life on that motherfucker. The person that got on the stand, his name, clear as day, is Ben Carr. So because he from my hood and he from the first generation and he ended up building a little following before I even came on the internet. So the New Yorker, funny ass motherfuckers in New York, excuse my French, is basically his followers. Because they had an issue with me coming on there and squashing they hope with the UBN story and telling the truth about UBN and just that whole theory that you motherfuckers ain't got no business even on the internet talking about UBN because UBN ain't no goddamn gang. It's an organization and it's a structure and it don't got nothing to do with you some bitches. And it wasn't started in no goddamn Riker Island. So the New Yorker motherfuckers had a problem with me. They went in cahoots with him. That's how he built his channel.
Wow.
That's his most following. If you look on this shit, that's his most following. That's who keep the little bullshit out there tweaking every now and then. I don't even trip on it, bro, because it has no factors to it. Me and Spliff got together on 3-4 cases with receipts, and I shut all that shit down. Period.
Internet makes people do crazy shit, huh?
So then they went so far to where Reggie decided to start getting involved, and he went there, and I had to go upside his head. You feel me? Bomb first. You feel me? So I had to come in. They went so far to where, okay, now they say, okay, maybe he didn't rat, but he got rolled up in Folsom. Oh, I did? I did. Oh, well, shit, I didn't know that one. So we went in on that one. Had to put the receipt on that one. I said, why am I about 5 different books from gangsters? And my name is in the top list of these books, nigga, if I was all this bad shit. How'd I go 30 years of my life being a shot caller? How'd I make it this far in my life if I got on the stand and told on real bounty hunters and lot boys? You know what killed me? My fucking peers. I say this all the time. I say it every time, bro. I would expected my own peers to knock my head off because they were supposed to, because I would have did them, because that's our fucking rules. That's our motherfucking rules, Adam. Bullshit.
Wow. Hey, I believe it.
You feel me? You can't go find a receipt. You can't go find no paperwork. No shit, man.
Right.
This was my so-called big homie got in his feelings because I went on the platform and I told a story about the bounty hunters initiating who I thought was bounty hunter fraud, but they was beating the shit out of Leroy Stoneham. Because my homeboy Google corrected. He said, B. He called me, said, no, B. He said, you was wrong, homie. He said, that wasn't fraud. That was Stoneham, because I was there too. I said, I know you was there. That's what I said in the story. I said, oh, damn, you know what, Google? Fuck. You right, it was that fool Leroy Stoneham. I said, cause what made me mention mention his name was because him and dude ran together too sometime and they kind of had the same strut, same walk. And I threw his name out there. So out of respect, I apologized to my big homie, straight up. I apologized to him on the phone. First, I asked him, do you want to get down? Is it a problem? If it's that serious, do I got to come to IE and get down with you? What? Man, I ain't doing no fight with your buff ass. I ain't fighting nobody, nigga. Well, what you know my trigger finger is impeccable. Boy, you don't even want to go there. What's happening? Look, brother, if I got to pick up a gun, brother, and go back to prison, you can't even go to prison. You know that. Stop playing with me. You on this internet fucking with this internet because this internet don't know your fucking ass. But reality, we know you what's happening in Watts and the Nixon Garden. You can't go to no prisons and you damn sure can't get out your car and walk around and roam in the Nixon Gardens, man. Unless it ain't nobody out and we ain't a fucking around, man. You can't walk into my face right now today and walk in front of me, bro, and it ain't gonna be no repercussion where I'm gonna wanna put my hands on you after you disrespected me. I asked this man as a man, do you wanna get down, big homie? And you my big homie. I give you a fair one. We ain't gotta go no guns or nothing. I'll come to you. Nah, all right, well, leave me alone, man. I apologize to you, bro, and we laughed. Me, him, and my homeboy, Goo. Goo thought it was over with. I thought it was over with. He called Goo back 2 days later with some old bullshit, acting like an old hoe. Hey, man, Goo say, bro, what is you doing? What do you own? First of all, you know B ain't no motherfucking punk, bro. Frog, you know that, man. You know he ain't no punk. He ain't finna just lay down and go for that bullshit. He said, look, he said his story already. It's already out there. It's in the world. He took the video down, though, bro. What is you tripping on? Fuck that. I got to go tell mine now. I got to go tell my side. And here we are.
Wow. Internet.
Internet. Fucking internet, man. Internet, bro.
Yeah.
And the crazy part, I swear on my life, if you put me and him in a room together, he'd rather talk to me and come to a conclusion and understanding than rather fucking battle with me right now today, bro. That's on my life. That's on my fucking life, man.
So you mentioned Gangster Chronicles, and you were actually going to be a host at one point?
Yeah. Well, collaborator host, because I started my own podcast, which is Rules of Engagement.
Okay.
But my thing was, when I got over there, once again, situation where you got this fool Shrek. No, I'm still AK Shrek. I call him Shrek with his big head ass. I had to lock his punk ass in the room, you feel me? Fucking with my business. But anywho, I peeped out the setup. I seen how his protocol was being ran and everything was up under him. And he wasn't treating the people right, bro. So I sit back and I'm looking. I said, okay. So what I did was I woke Mob James up, which was my homeboy. Come here, nigga, let me holler at you. Let me get in your ear. How long you been knowing this fool? Whoa. So I put him up on what was going on, man. How are you not getting paid a certain amount and you are Gangster Chronicles? You, Alex Alonzo, are Gangster Chronicles. What's the name is in jail now. So it became you and Alex. The other fool is behind the scene. He's the to-go-to guy who puts the interviews together, put everything behind the scene together. How is it you don't have some form of ownership or percentage in this company, or this ain't your company? When I came over, when I seen you on the internet, you know why I came over? You know why? The first thing I reached out on there and said, oh, Mob James got a podcast? That's my boy. That's my homeboy. I'm definitely getting on. Reached out. I called right at him. When the little youngsters got the message, say, hey, man, some bounty hunter calling for Mob James. And they gave the message to Alex. Alex called me, reached out to me, hit him up, told him, yeah, that's my boy, man, that's my homie. He said, yeah, and Alex know who I am. So they called me in. I go in and do my shit. And that was my intro to the internet. Went on, did a great interview, blew up, bam. When I did that interview, that was the night I told the story about the homie and the mistake in the wrong name. And not even a week later, 2 weeks later, the story is out. A couple of months then went by now. It's almost 4 months. My homie Google come home, parole. We going into damn near a year when I done told this story. Then that shit surfaced with him because he didn't hit the internet.
Right.
And then he seen the story and was like, what? So for him, it made it look like he got beat up in the projects. He got stomped when he done been lying to these fuckers on his internet like he the godfather of our hood, or he just that nigga of our hood, and he wasn't that nigga of our hood. You feel? I give him his props. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. See, I'm not like him. I give him his props. He was a hunter at one point. He did his little shit in the 70s, 72, 73. He not from our era. That's why he can't talk that shit and talk our era, because he ain't from this era, and that eats him up, man, because he couldn't do what we did. He didn't do what most of us did. Me, the Rat Dogs, the Los, the Renzis, and the list goes on. The Stuffed Dogs, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do what we did, so that aggravates him, man, out of jealousy, which is the most stupidest shit in the world, bruh. You feel me? And it ain't just me. He don't got this problem with me. He got this problem with numerous individuals in my neighborhood, bro. So this is why I don't understand him, man, his bullshit. I don't get it, because he ain't never, ever stepped to me, ever in reality, ever in life. And ain't gonna step to me, period.
Right.
I'm not even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? If I even had the slightest thought of worrying about it, I'm not going to be on this podcast talking to you. 2, I'd already handled my business alone 2 years ago.
So your Gangster Chronicles appearance is what sparked off that whole shit, right? Okay.
Instead of him calling me or getting on the phone and reaching out to me through protocol, do what he's supposed to do as a big homie, so I could have been able to explain myself and say, oh, well, my bad, big homie, my apology, and correct it like I did. He went into his feelings anyway.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying?
Wow. But so that episode was so successful that you thought about becoming a host, but they weren't. See, okay, this is my thing. If you're going to an existing podcast and like kind of becoming a new host on it, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a hard ask to go for ownership, being that they already have a business that they kind of built beforehand.
Right, but see, and that's my point, because that's my mentality. I'm not a worker. I'm a boss.
Right.
I can work, and I will work my way up to boss status. Don't get me wrong. I'm a team player. You feel me? We was putting the project together, and I had a particular role to play. I'm going to play my role, eh? You going to do what you do. He going to do what he do. He going to do what he do. Oh, this the executive over here. This the money guy. Okay, I'm not finna go over here and be, oh, hold on. When knowing damn well I ain't holding the money. So what the fuck am I talking for? No, I'm going to play my role. See, I know this. So going over there, I seen that, okay, I can get down, but it's going to be a collaboration. I'm coming in as a subsidiary, ROE/Gangster Chronicles. You distributed my material. My money come directly to my company. I get all my shit directly to me. My breakdowns, everything, period. I don't want to be lined up like all the rest of your artists. You got 7 podcast shows under you, and you distribute their material when you choose to. No, you can't have that kind of control over me, bruh.
Yeah, you do seem like you would probably have a hard time conforming to like being an employee or something.
Yeah, no, see, because I might want to drop something tomorrow. You tell me, oh, it's a line before me, I got to wait. No, man. Yeah. And my shit hot too? No, bruh. So I was like, no. So when he gave me the contract, and I read the contract, I hit him back right like less than 45 minutes. I said, still. I said, man, please tell me you don't got Yuck Mouth and all the rest of them up under this shit, man. He said, yeah, everybody, it's a standard contract. What's going on? I said, bro, why would I take a company that I'm building, or why would I take a podcast that I'm building, an establishment that I'm building on my own? I put my own money behind it. I got my own facility. I own my own shit. I ain't renting nowhere. I got my own facility, my own equipment. Why would I turn around and turn in all my content to another entity and you control it? And I sit back and let you pay me. But because you have certain accounts already, and certain accounts meaning as far as sponsorships.
Right.
So it looks good. See, I'll get there eventually.
Because, okay, what are you actually gaining by joining a existing podcast network instead of just doing it on your own? I mean, in theory, they bring an audience and they bring sponsors and that kind of thing. So it's like, if you could get big quickly and you could make more money than you would make on your own, that's how it could be beneficial. But I mean, I've been in the situation where I had people who worked for me who were doing shows on their own, and they wanted me to like basically sign them or whatever. But I didn't really feel like I was going to be able to make them bigger or really like help them make more money. So it didn't really make sense for me. But I mean, I feel like it's kind of like being a musician, where it's like a rapper. A lot of times, if they sign with a label, they might be basically getting fucked on that deal for the duration of the time that they're on that label. But they also might blow up so much during that time period that once it's all over, it was worth it for them to basically like have given this machine 90% of their earnings.
Well, basically what it is, it's a give and take. It's business.
Yeah.
See, my whole thing was I didn't have an issue with collaborating. I didn't have an issue with giving, because I know giving is going to take me to the next levels. I was smart enough to know, okay, dude is sharp. He's smart. He know the digital world. I don't know the digital world. So one thing about me, I learned from him. For the 2 years I was around him, I learned my shits. Feel me? That's what I did do. I learned my shits technically. I learned how just the monetizing is going. I had to learn my stuff because I didn't know nothing about this shit. Not nothing. But I learned from him. So knowing that, there was no way I was going to give up as much as I had to give up like they were giving up to not gain. Now, yeah, I'm going to get some notoriety, but I ain't gaining shit. Financially, I ain't gaining. He's the one really winning. And then on top of that, he got a ghost partner that you motherfuckers don't even know about. I had to come in and tell y'all and wake y'all up.
Right.
Doggy Diamonds is regulating this shit. You feel me? So It was like, whoa. It was an eye-opener when it came down to Mob J because he been here for a minute and was blind. I was like, homie, you didn't know this shit? You ain't reading your credits? You ain't looking at the credits and looking at the... No, bro, I don't even pay attention to it. Well, you better start paying attention, man.
So you think your presence in the whole environment caused them to start asking a lot of questions?
Oh, hell yeah, definitely.
They've been kind of in chaos since.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially my Jake, like I said, as my home, we grew up together, man. We banged together. We was in the systems, the streets, all that. So
you still got love for Mob James?
I mean, look, bro, it's like this. Like Cass tried to put that bullshit on me, right?
Right.
But then the situation occurred with him where it was really reality. I carry a certain respect mechanism for him because I know the Mob James I knew. But what took place and the situation that he's under and the fire he's under, you know, from protocol, I have to do what's necessary as protocol. I got to stand down, stand away because of our rules. You feel me? That's what I say. If the shit was so real about me, motherfuckers wouldn't be fucking with me. I wouldn't have the rank that I have. I wouldn't have the situation I had, man. You feel me? I'd be doomed. So it's like, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense. It don't add up. You can't walk through the Nixon Garden right now and you gonna see motherfuckers say, oh yeah, Bunny and the Beach ain't, he there, yeah, he there. And niggas be like, what? That's the G homie. Fuck out of here. Fuck talking about he. For what? Ain't never in life, man. It ain't gonna happen in life, period. I'd have been under, if I'm able to withstand pressure on my own, 30 years down the line later, again, shit don't add up, make sense what these dum-dums be trying to say on this internet. I've been under pressure for 40 years of life, fighting bodies again, and gave it back to him in Van Nuys court. 12 in the box, got acquittal. They only found me, I got found guilty for assault with a deadly weapon, and it got broke down to the pistol. And then that guy ended up getting a hung jury because they didn't know what type of gun it was.
Wait, you caught another attempted murder charge way later down the road?
Oh, bro, this is 97. I got out in 1997 from being 40 years to life. I was on my way for 40 years. They just gave my best friend, which is Hook, my crime on HK. This is what I'm saying. We sellies again in the county jail on the blood module. They give him 25 years. I'm facing 40.
Right.
Under pressure. Feel me? Kidnap ransom in Kansas City, Kansas. Under pressure. All the motherfuckers I know, all the dope people I know, nigga, I could have went Charlie on their ass a long time ago if that jacket was so real. When you go that route, you stay that route, bro. You don't come out of that. You feel me? That's why so many of them fake ass, and most of the time, the individuals who call them or try to put them names on individuals, them be the motherfuckers.
He who smelt it dealt it.
You goddamn right. Give me some on that one, man. Give me some on that one, eh? He who smelt this show, the freak dealt it, man.
Snitching is just like farting, dude.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. What the fuck? Wow.
Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, but okay. So you mentioned it earlier, but there was this whole situation where Crip Mac had some kind of issue with Daisy Kane from Bounty Counters, as a younger dude or whatever, and I guess they actually had enough respect to each other, and the animosity between their hoods is not so strong that it was going to prevent a boxing match, so they ended up actually squaring off, and a lot of people had commentary about it and everything, but what did you think when you saw that video going up?
Once again, when the video was sent to me by a couple of my little YGs, they was like, big homie, you see this shit? I looked at it, I was furious. I was hot. But at the same token, the sooner I got hot, I marinated and got cold because I was like, this ain't my business no more. This ain't my life. You know, I live a total different life, man. My life, I'm good. I'm straight. This ain't my life. This ain't my stress, bro. Feel me? But what I didn't like, and that's why I went on and did a video, because a lot of my folks was getting at me like, big homie, man. So I went on and put clarification down that this never, ever, and it won't take place. You ain't gonna go find a Crip in Los Angeles that's gonna get a green light to walk into Nixon and actually fight a bounty hunter and be able to walk out to Nixon. Right. It ain't gonna happen. Two of me and my other young homies gonna want to get that ass, or they'll just say, fuck it, fuck blood, and jump on him and rat pack him, stomp him out. And whoever with him gonna get it too. So that's why he wasn't in the projects. So my only take to it was when they start putting up the clickbaits, and I got a lot of respect. I fucks with Capone heavy. Shout out to Cam Capone. That's my guy. That's my boy.
Shout out to Cam Capone, because that's how I found out about you.
Yeah, shout out to Cam, man. That's my guy, man. I fucks with him heavy. And Mogale's state of mind as well, man. Uncle Spliff, I fucks with him. But Cam had put up a video that he had just did with Mac. And by the way, just to show you the respect, I fucks with the Cookie Monster, man. 5'5". 5'5".
Aye.
Hey. Yeah. Viral moment,
The
man.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, that's my guy. I think the dude is a funny kid, man.
Yeah.
To me, I look at him like a gullible kid, bro, who really just ain't learned, man. Had the opportunity to just really learn these streets. He got caught up in his cripping, man. I'm going to get back to what I was just telling you, but he got caught up in his cripping. He went through certain phases, you know what I mean? But one thing about him, man, the motherfucker stayed down with his cripping. You can't convince him that I ain't a Crip. You fight me?
I mean, if you care about the notoriety of 55th Street, nobody has been a better mascot.
Oh, no, but I'm from L.A. I'm from Watts. 55th wasn't unheard of like that, bro. I'm just being honest with you. And at 80s, it wasn't about 55th wasn't heard like that, bro. It wasn't no 55th Crip gang like that, bro.
Okay.
The 50s wasn't like that. It was different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I've heard that from a few people.
Yeah, so that's why I respect him, the fact that he really went over there and put that block on. So that block should be proud of him, bro. If anything, they should be behind him 1,000% and pushing him, because that dude really went over there as a mascot and put that block on. It's only 1 block radius, bro.
But then he did get DP'd.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Remember that?
Yeah, but I'm saying, I seen the politics behind that too. But again, see, all that shit falls with jealousy and envy, bro. That shit falls with jealousy and envy. When you become that individual and other individuals ain't doing what you is, that's when the jealousy and the envy kick in.
But they did say that, like, basically it wasn't necessarily going to be a DP, but then he came out hot. Like, he thought for sure it was going to be a DP, so he started, like, really, barking on him, and that's kind of what led to it.
Yeah, and that's what led up to it. But that's because, like I said, one thing about this gang culture shit is if you don't come in the very first time correct, and you do some funny shit, it's gonna follow you. The funny shit to catch back up with you. It's gonna follow you no matter what. So if you clicked up over here and it didn't work for you over there, and you decided, shit, I'm gonna go over here then and click up. No, that shit gonna come back on you. It's gonna catch up. And that's when the politics come about.
Right.
But now you done finally planted yourself somewhere, and you somewhere where you accept it, but you got these hidden agendas behind you that you ain't deal with yet. And that's what surfaced. Once he got big like that, then it surfaced. It would have never surfaced if he wouldn't have been on the internet. It would have never surfaced. That shit would have never came up, bro.
Right.
Ever. You know what I'm saying? But because he became a figure on the internet, that's what led to that. Jealousy and envy. Because now here come all the folks out the woodwork. Oh, man, he used to be over here. He used to be, same they did to the little young cat, Snoopy Badass. Same scenario. You feel me?
So you're a Snoopy Badass defender like myself?
Well, I would say I'm a defender, but he have reached out to me and came at me when the shit first jumped off 2 years ago. So I've had conversations with him. I've told the little homie, gave him some advice and told him what you need to do and what you should do. He actually wanted me to manage him, wanted to sign the Trio West once upon a time, wanted to fuck with him, but I told him musically, as far as my label, me and Bun, our business contracts and everything is exempt to where I'm not even really tripping on the music no more like that, because we did 13 years together, me and Bun. We built our labels together, 2 Trill ENT, 2 Trill West, Trill Gladiators, Double Dose Entertainment, And my Texas boys, that's my Texas family, my Texas crew, H-Town, Houston.
Shout out Bun B,
Yeah,
legend.
so, yeah, man. So, you know, we got our run in it. You know, I made great money up out of it. I was able to build out of it, you know. And so, for me, the music just ain't there no more, Adam. You know, for me, because what I'm going to do, sign you so you can go get killed and then I get paid? I don't see that, man. I'd rather see you get rich, youngin'. I'd rather see us build something and say, well, damn, I did that. I made that happen for my young. I pulled him out of this to this. That's why I have so much respect for my young homie / little relative, Big Top Dog, man, AK Dude Dog, T. Lifford, man. I raised him basically. He raised under me. Him and my little brother was best friends, and my little relative, his relative, little Hitman, rest in peace. We all grew up together. I taught them niggas how to play football. Feel me? I used to, you know, DP him and holler at him and fuss at him and shit when he was a kid. Nothing but love though. Straight love one, man. So he took the formula that I had basically, that I once had, and built TDE the same way. Before there was TDE, it was PCE, which is Paper Chase Entertainment, my company. And this was during the Peace Treaty era and Peace Treaty years. I signed Crips from every housing projects. I signed Crips from the Jordan Downs, PJs. I had my little homie Smoke Dog, rest in peace. Two of my little homies out my hood signed to me. And then Cash from the West Side, from the Jungles. Little Bully 2 times, rest in peace. The homegirl SV had her signed. DD from the Jungles. They all from Black Peace Stones. So I had a real strong movement going on for about 5 years. I had a real strong, massive buzz. And this is what led me into the Reese Cup story. When I got blackballed from Hollywood behind putting my hands on Reese Cup and one of his bodyguards.
Who's Reese Cup?
Tyrese Gibson. Adam.
Oh, right. I saw the headline of this video, but I didn't click it. But wait, before we get into that, can we talk about just the Snoopy Badass thing? Because I feel like he told me, he goes, Adam, ask any of those gangster motherfuckers that you know if hood hopping is really unacceptable. And I asked a lot of people, and they basically all said, like, yeah, there's a million fucking people in LA that were from one hood and they ended up being from another hood. It's not that out of the ordinary. But people put that on Snoopy like it's
not in our era. Bullshit.
Really? So you're actually you're totally against it? Okay.
Hell yeah.
Because I was asking dudes who are more like 30 years old.
No.
Okay.
That's this era, yeah. 70s, 80s, you hood hop, oh, it's a rap.
Really?
It's a rap.
My only problem with that logic is just like, what if you join a fucked up gang to start out? Because it's like, I mean, there's probably a lot of ones where the dudes who are kind of like the most high up are not good people. So like, it's like getting a job. Like if you join a company and at some point you realize that the boss is a fucking sociopath, you got to get out of there.
Then the only way that is, you better stay on the same lane. If you was a blood, you better be another blood.
Okay.
You can't be a Crip, blood, Crip, Crip, blood. That's where the problem relies.
Because Snoopy came in here one time with a blue and red combo rag.
Right.
Never seen that before.
Oh, well, that's because at that time, which was smart. See, the thing is, when you decide to start taking change in your life and you step up, then you got to really be a real leader, man. And you can't give a fuck about what nobody say, their opinion, none of that shit. You got to really be a real leader. So the concept of it was beautiful because that's bridging the gap. You bringing both colors together, which I think is beautiful, bro. Cease that shit.
Right.
But you can't be for that, but then you still over here, blood. No, it's either or. You got to really be for peace. You got to really be for change and growth, or you really with the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when I told you I was living a double life as far as being a D-boy. I'm making major money over here, but then I'm in the streets. I'm banging. I'm shooting at niggas, but I'm worth something right now. I'm worth a meal, man. I'm over here fucking around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to do one or the other. You got to really put your heart in that shit and really do it, or you got to leave it alone.
Right.
And so for him, like I say, when he came to me, he was all over the place. I talked to his manager, the female, was managing him at the time. Basically, she was, investing into him and everything. She was the one kind of getting his bookings and everything. And she called me, made contact. We talked, and I finally went on to talk to him, hit him. I got his number, all that right now. I hit him, and when I sent him on your show, I said, I should hit the little youngster YG and get in his ear, man, because he really all over the place right now. He making a lot of shit worse than for himself. He got to just slow down, bro, and revamp. Because I like his music. I think the boy can rap his ass off.
Right.
With the right, if I was behind him, if I was behind him and I really got behind him and I was pushing that line, he couldn't do the shit he was doing. I shut him down. I shut all that shit down and make him concentrate solely on your music. Fuck that gangbanging shit. Shut that bullshit down. Fuck that shit. That shit ain't shit. That shit is overrated, especially today. It's watered down. You know how many times I got to argue with these sorry-ass internet fuckers on this internet, Adam, because I told an individual how I had to get it baby and Lil Wayne for rocking a red flag in their left pocket. You can't convince these stupid new millennium motherfuckers that them fools ain't bloods. You can't convince. You gonna argue me? I'm a real one. You gonna try to argue me now about some shit? And I know for a fact these fools ain't cut from this blood cloth.
Right.
Just like Crips in the game ain't cut from the Crip cloth. Feel me? So I respect them as who they are. Brilliant, genius musicians, CEOs, individuals who made it out of their neighborhood, out of a poverty-stricken area to become something. Why the fuck would you want to go backwards and be this shit anyway? I left this shit. I retired from this shit to become this. And you think they backwards, bruh. And I gotta defend that shit all the time. Cause you can't convince this millennium era, oh man, well, if you fools was in the 90s with us back in these 90s and these so-called gangsters, y'all think this gangsters wasn't shit. They was watered down all the way to the puffies, man. They was scary.
I feel like there's not that many artists in recent memory who have like got popular, and then joined a gang. Like that seems like that kind of went away because everything is so clear now. Like, you know, everybody can go find your Instagram photos from 2015 and figure out what you were like in high school or whatever. So it feels like we haven't really seen that because there was obviously the Soulja Boy and the Chris Brown thing, and that was super viral at the time. But I feel like you don't see a lot of that anymore.
And same thing for both of them. I respect both of their crafts. I think Chris Brown is the Michael Jackson of their era.
Right.
Between him and Usher. I love the young cat's music. I love his style, his get down. You ain't a blood to me. I ain't gonna never look at him and respect him as a blood because he wasn't cut from his cloth. He didn't cry at funerals. He didn't tote guns. You didn't run for police. You ain't hit gates. You ain't been in nobody's fucking county jail, and you ain't took no goddamn phase. Why the fuck should I give you the respect as being a blood? It makes no sense to me, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the separation. So this era, they accept anything. And whatever looks good to them is good. Instead of just accepting what's reality and what's facts and what's truth. You know what I'm saying? I went so to the point where I had to tell a story. I said, well, yeah, when they first came in the game, the Grape Streets had them. The Baby Lokes had them. And they was on their way to lock them down. When Dro had them, man. Dro was the hottest shit over there at that time. Dro had just got signed to Russell Simmons, man. And I know what the freak I'm talking about. First video they shot, they in all purple rags, everything. The Jordan Downs had them. You know what I'm saying? I get a phone call from my little homeboy, Hameen. This how I get to Juvie. Hameen ended up getting Juvie's phone number at a club and connected us. That's how I got to Juve and UTP and was fucking with Juve for a few years. So when I speak on these things, I'm speaking on it from straight up facts and history of experience. I don't come on here to make up no shit. I ain't finna make up say, oh yeah, I got it, baby, and Lil Wayne, knowing damn well I ain't get it them dudes. I ain't never seen them or talked to them. I'm not finna make up no shit. Cats just can't swallow the pill of reality.
It was just this incident where you told them that they were wearing the flag in the wrong pocket.
Well, we were just got nominated for a Grammy Award. We was going to do radio. It was Soul Train Wars during that time. So we was doing radio. When I say we, Bun, Pimp C. Pimp was in jail. We was doing the free Pimp C movement. I seen them jump out their limo. We just come up out our shit. We go into our trailer. We come out the trailer. Bun walk over here. At this time, I'm Usalaman. I bodyguarded him for 2 years. My first 2 years, I bodyguarded him. And then I became his business partner. You feel me? Like that's why I told you, from employment, I started as a bodyguard, but I ended up becoming his business partner, an executive. You know what I'm saying? So from there, when we see Snoop and Papa. We bet over there, we hollered at the homies, talking to Snoop for a minute, and I happened to turn around and I seen them getting out their shits. So when I see them, I tell B, look, bro, I'll be right back. I walk right up to him to introduce myself to him off top, first of all, because my little homeboy who I was mentoring, rest in peace, little PD, he was setting up a situation with a deal for Twine at that time. Twine was signed to Shawlot Records. It was Twine and 3 of my little homies. So PD was setting up a distribution situation, but he was coming to me to mentor him. So I was mentoring my little homie at the time, telling him what to do. I said, look, bro, when you get around these niggas, push your line. Don't be no groupie to them. First thing you do, don't let them buy your reputation. Don't let them buy your power so that they can have a link to say, all right, I'm linked in LA. I'm official. I'm blood. Push your line. Develop a relationship or business with them for real. Be serious about your business. This is what I used to tell him. So when I seen him, I needed to do an introduction to him because I want to fuck with him at one point. So, boy, I push up. But I see the flag in his left pocket. Oh, that went out the window now. I'm on my checks point. Blood, what's happening? Niggas know who I am? I'm such for Nixon. Hey, homie, you rocking that in the wrong pocket, my nigga. Oh, word? Oh, my bad, OG. Switch it up. This is Wayne. Then baby. I ain't gonna make no shit up. It's reality, life. This happened. So that's what took place. It wasn't so much as I just got on them. It was on their ass. I got at them, checked them in a professional manner and in a respectable manner, let them know, hey, dude, that ain't what it's supposed to be. If you fools gonna rock that shit.
What's like the max age that somebody should be when they join a gang? Because a lot of times, like, you'll hear about people getting shit in LA or outside LA for joining gangs when they're like 25 or some shit, and that is controversial, I guess.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be an early thing for you, because by the time you're 25, you did it at 16, 17 years old. You're 25, you got almost at least 10 years in. Now you making a decision. Do I continue to go on for my 30s? Or, man, I'm done with this shit. So this is why you don't see most cats are not physically actually gangbanging no more in their 30s. Once they hit their 30s and 35, cats ain't really physically active, but you have some physical active cats out there, because I was one of them. That's why it took me so long. You know what I mean? I wish I would have stopped at 10 years or 15 or 20, but I ended up getting them 30.
Right.
And when I say the whole 30 was just not just the gangs, but the streets, the drugs, everything. I gave it all up. When I walked away, cats thought I was crazy because I gave I had a cold connect through these columns, and I gave it to my comrades. But I gave it to them in a situation where I was able to eat for the next 10 years from a business proposal, because this was how much percentage I was supposed to win monthly, as long as y'all in business.
And they upheld that?
Oh, of course.
Wow.
So they ended up getting caught up, and one of my boys ended up getting killed in a high-speed chase and shit, and he ended up getting killed. But yeah, wow. And that's how I was able to just walk away. But and how I walked away was because, you know, my girl during that time, my baby, she got in my ear and was like, you know, and then she had got pregnant. And like I said, I got my twins now, and I'm fighting the system for my twins, for my babies. And this is what really, really changed my whole transition was I got to become a full-time responsible father to 2 kids. And I cheated my firstborn son because, and what I mean by cheated was, him and his mom had everything, big, beautiful home. They had everything they wanted materialistic-wise, but he didn't have me like my twins did. I literally raised my babies. I took them out of the womb. I delivered them. No money on it. I'm at Centinela Hospital, pulling 2 kids in the Catholic hospital, pulling 2 kids out of a pussy that opened up and then closed. You feel me? I did that, Adam, straight up, man.
Right.
Cut the umbilical cord, named them, all that.
Wow.
I was trying to film it. I started filming all the way till I got there, and then they shut me and my cameraman down because they said it was a Catholic hospital.
Yeah.
I said, damn, I'd have been the first and a known gangbanger who delivered his baby live on the network.
Wow.
That's how far advanced I was with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a wild thing to film, though.
Yeah, but shit, I was with it. I delivered them. I went in there high as hell off that weed, man. I told Dr. Brown, I said, look, man, I know you didn't push 2 of them up out of them. I got this. This me right here. I got this. Ladies were looking. They was just laughing. They thought I was playing. I'm serious. Took me in the scrub room. I scrubbed all up, put my scrubs on. I'm looking like a real surgeon. I come up in that mother like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Holy
Come
shit.
in, ate up. Yeah, let's go. Soon as I go, she go, oh, Nino. go. I said, man, fuck all that. Come on, I got to be on set at 5 o'clock, girl. I got a 4 o'clock call time. Come on, man, let's go.
Right.
Man, my daughter, it was like my daughter heard me. She went, she shot in my head. Boom, I went. Head for the hair. Oh, girl, this is Nina Laser Johnson, baby A. Cut her umbilical cord, gave it to the doctor. Come on up out of there, little cap.
Right.
Come on, man. My son shoot out. Hold up, man. He's too damn light, man. Hold on. What's happening? Hold on now, girl. What's happening? She going, man, come on, man. Stop all that. Hand him to the doctor.
Were you really worried for a second?
Nah, I wasn't tripping, man. I wasn't tripping. I was just fucking with a clown.
But that is how long were you in the hospital? I was in the hospital for like 2 days straight.
No, I had to stay.
Weird.
I had to stay an extra week because little Nino was on a breather. They ended up putting him on a breather. His lungs. They ended up putting him on a breather. So I got sued that year because I breached my contract. Man, I said I had to be on set for independent film I was doing.
Right.
So I ended up getting sued because I wouldn't leave. I ain't going no damn where. Just book me, man. Because I'm sorry, director and producer, man. I would have never done this if it wasn't for this circumstance. But these my kids. I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I'm sorry. If you can't understand that, hey, man, I'm sorry. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's a fucking tough decision.
Yeah, but I got booked twice like that because I took on another job with a director named Rico Johnson, this movie called Welcome Strangers, and I was the actual co-star in that film. And my character, I wasn't dying. I was throughout the whole movie, and I blew that film and ended up breaching the contract because they had me way up in Northern Pine, California, in the cold filming, but I had a 4-day vacation before I was to start working. I mean, you could have left me at home with my babies. I was just going through a situation with saving my kids from going through the system. So it was like all kind of shit was on my mind. I was worried.
So you showed up and there was just 4 days of nothing? You just showed up 4 days early?
No, I showed up and they was filming other actors and other blockings where they did a meeting and told us, well, we know we brought a lot of the actors up early, but a lot of the co-stars, a lot of you guys, we're going to do you guys blocking in about 3 or 4 days. So we basically, you get a free vacation up here in the Pines, in the cabin. And just, I'm like, fuck the Pines in the cabin right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was out of it, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I regret that, man. But I end up rekindling back with the director, and we ended up building a relationship. And then about 6 years ago, we ended up having a meeting in Long Beach. I went to Long Beach, met with him because I got a script. Well, I have tons of scripts that I wrote, but this particular project that I'm sitting on is like my baby, and it's called Informant, right? And it's about this cat who go to prison because his 3 homeboys from his gang set him up for multiple murders for house evasion that he didn't do. And he finds out, so he get out and come out and handle his business. So I presented it to him, and he loved it. So what he did was he gave me this idea on, well, but you need to take the characteristics, which the main character is me, and he say, instead of him going on a killing spree, how do you show that he has to become some form of hero to society in order to do these killings like this? And I said, So what I did, I went in and did a rewrite, came back to him with it. He went and set me a deal up. One of his boys was working at Paramount at the time in the finance company. So he threw $5 million on the table to me. And his boy, 3 weeks, I'm talking about not even, as we solidifying and putting the deal together in the paperwork, I get him my lawyer, tell him what the terms is. So now I got to pay my lawyer to start doing the paperwork. He doing the paperwork, the guy has to fly home. He has immediate death in his family. He loses his father, then he loses somebody else is in his family, and then he comes back like a couple of months later. Paramount has switched all over. Paramount, Universal, Sony, WEA, switched all over, and they dropped, just remember when they did that employment drop, when they dropped a lot of employments during the lockdown?
Right.
And he get dropped.
Damn.
There go my deal. That was my offer.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, you know,
Damn.
so.
That's crazy. Okay, so what did happen in the Tyrese situation? Where were you at that you even had to put hands on him?
With that, Adam, is we cool on we good?
Yeah, what?
The time frame.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. With that situation was he stole my concept, bro. I came up with this album title called 2,000 Watts. We were going into 2000. This was year 1999. Remember I told you I just beat 40 years of life in 1997.
Right.
I had 210,000 put up and buried when I beat this case and I came home.
Where'd you bury it?
I spread it out in 2 different places, and then some of them my sister had money up.
Wow.
So I came home. When I came home, I said, "Damn, all right, what's my move?" I told my dog, my road dog, while we was in the county jail, me, him, little Big Stretch, a few of my other little homies. I was telling my homies then, I'm finna go start me a record label, and I'm going to school. I was already in school from '92 because these 2 cats from out of New York, Jim and Hal, they had paid my tuition up for starting me in school in '93. That's how I started going to school. So my interest was already there as far as the filming. So in '97, when I got caught up like that, I was anticipating, expecting to get caught up. Chick I was fucking with turned me in, basically. And that's what got a win on me and started the case. She told him, I was with him one night and he stopped this guy on the freeway and I just remember seeing a muzzle and he came back to the car and got in the car like all calm, like it wasn't nothing. And I had a half a cast on my leg because I had got hit with an AK at this time. I was shot up. I had got hit with a K 2 times, you know what I'm saying? And so basically that's what opened my shit up.
She said you stopped the guy on the highway and did that?
Yeah. And so...
and she just made this up?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly, yeah, you're right. Actually, allegedly.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. And so that's what opened the case, man. And then the same sheriffs and the same police department that came and got OJ came and got me.
Wow.
She set me up in her house. So I went to her house thinking I'm waiting on her, and all the time she's sending them to me.
Damn.
That's how they hit me.
Why'd she do it? She wanted revenge? You do her dirty?
Man, you know how these heifers get, man, when you leave them, man. You know how it is.
Oh, you tried to break up with her.
Yeah. And so, but it wasn't really me. It was this other chick on her head telling her that that's me right there. I fuck with him. That's me. That's all me. And he be tearing his ass up. You know what I'm saying? As Fife say, busting the booty hole wide open.
Yeah, her pussy and asshole.
Pussy and asshole, you fight me? Hey, so no, man. So after that, like I said, they hit me, picked me up. I go in, man. I beat the case by the grace of God. I didn't just beat the case because I'm that smart. I beat the case because I had a defense. A1, I had 2 attorneys. I had a Chinese and a cat up out of Pasadena. And the cold part about it, my black attorney was a straight alcoholic, bro. And you know how I found out? In court. The cup with the old bourbon shot in it, the coffee.
The whole time.
He kept hiccuping. And I seen it twice in court like this. So the third time, like when I get at him, I get at him, I say, Jay, man, you ain't sipping in that cup on me, is you, man? He go, why would you say that? He go, I say, because I know somebody, I know a veteran, and he drunk. Just like he had the same syndromes, man. Feel me? But after the fact, he admitted it to me. After I beat my case and all that,
I could never imagine being like a low-key drunk. Like if I every time I've ever been drunk in my life, I've just been fucking acting drunk.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm not like able to go work a job and be a lawyer.
No, just what I said. Suited and he from out of Pasadena. Suited and booted, little short brother. Smooth with it though.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But boy, when it came for trial, I didn't give a fuck about him drinking that liquor, man, because he was on his shit.
Really? Yeah.
On his shit, man. Feel me? But yeah, man. So when I beat the case, I came home, got my ends, and I built Paper Chase Entertainment, Coffee Shop Productions, and Cappuccino Films, Inc. I built those 3 entities. And then from there, I started signing cats, recruiting my artists. I had already had an experience from my death row situation in '94, so I'm already aware on what to do. So that's what gave me the notion to build my own label. And I came home, that's what I did. So once I did that, I put about 80 racks up into this album, 2,000 watts. I went and purchased a few features, certain producers, certain beats. I put a good album together. Then Dre fucked around and dropped that Chronic album, man. I said, oh shit, ain't no way I'm putting out this independent album thing. I'm gonna sell some units. I gotta back up and wait for another quarter then. LL Cool J, Nas, and with somebody else drop albums from the East Coast. Oh, and then Big Boy and Andre 3000 them dropped the album. I said, oh, shit. Oh, man, damn. I wait till the end of the quarter again, right? I said, oh, because, you know, when you know the record business, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's like demographically, you got to know your shit and know your times and your dates to drop them albums, or you gonna compete.
Even now, like Drake dropped 2 weeks ago, and I think people are totally fine with dropping music now because people just move at the speed of fucking light when it comes to consuming music.
Oh,
but that's crazy to think about that time period where, like, if 4 big albums dropped in a quarter, it was like you might as well not even
sit
drop.
your ass down somewhere, because if you drop that album, you be lucky if you sell 100, 1,000,
right?
And that 1,000 Violet gonna buy them from you up front. You gonna get them from Tower Records. That's the only, them gonna be your upfront sales. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you gonna predict, you better know your shit demographically.
Right.
You better know how to market that album and know when to set up that release date. Or boy, you gonna be doomed with them hitters, man, because them hitters gonna come in and chew you out. They ain't gonna pay attention to you. All the promoters they booking the hitters. They ain't, what you got? Where you at? You in rotation? Oh shit.
But so then, how did Tyrese end up stealing the concept?
And so, okay, so now, like I said, I come up with the concept 2,000 watts, and what I don't say I messed up, but what I did was I did a blitz. I did a blitz out 90 days prior, which was way too soon, I think. I should have waited by at least 30 to 45 days and then hit my album release date. But I did it like 90 days out. Posters, print ads. We was all over the place. 2,000 watts. From now in the city, like, who the fuck is 2,000 watts? Who is 2,000 watts? The Pyramid, 2,000 watts. Who's 2,000 watts? Who is Paper Chase? So everybody procured. I'm hitting all the record stores. I'm connected with VIP Records, Long Beach, VIP in Watts, you know what I'm saying, which was ran by my boy Tricky. So I'm connected with these record companies. The little record store over there in Grape Street Hood on 103rd, which is where I saved Lil Wayne and them at from getting robbed at. I was connected to that little record shop. You know, all the little moms and pop stores. Then I knew Viola, the main woman in Hollywood to go to when you want to break a record and get your record sold in advance. So somehow he got a hold to one of my posters. And that's when he ran with the concept. So he was signed to RCA at the time. So he took the concept back to RCA, to the A&R, of course, to the A&R, to their print ad, and he came up with this concept. Yeah, 2,000 watts. This is the picture with him shining. They got the spray paint on him shining with the earring in his cheek, earring in his tongue, one in his tummy bell, and his stomach, and his navel, with the guitar like R. Kelly, with some fake spray paint Watts Towers behind him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when he came up with the concept. How we got a hold to it, one of my youngins got a hold to it, and they brought it to practice rehearsal one day. And I seen it, and I said, what? Oh, I blew a fuse.
Yeah, that is fucking Watts Towers up in that Tyrese album cover.
So Jamie Foxx was having a party.
But those aren't actually the Watts Towers. Those are fake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. It looks almost exactly fucking like it, though.
Yeah. Oh, you poured it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because that was unbelievable to me.
They sprayed it, spray busted him, yeah. And so Jamie Foxx was having a party. I get an invite, shoot up to the party. We go up to the party about 20 deep. We get to the party. Now, at this time, Jamie Foxx is in San Fernando area. When he first comes out, he's in San Fernando in the hills. New Edition stay within the quarter mile within the area. Jelly Roll stay like up the road, producer Jelly Roll. Now I know all these cats through my producer K Doja. So I ended up meeting Michael Bibbins, Ricky, the New Edition. So I started going out to their house, fucking with them in the valley. Me and my boy Kato and S Classic, producers. That's how I met them, knew them. And so we go to the party. Soon we at the party, and Jamie Foxx was known for giving wild-ass parties in L.A. When he came to L.A., he started hitting in Hollywood. He was giving wild parties. And so we get to the party cracking. It's a pool party. It's cracking. I mean, cracking. It's females everywhere. It's going down. Cass is popping. All the D-boys in the valley, D-boys from L.A. there, you know, the big medallions, you know, Cass is, you know, they jewelry. So I come in with my entourage. It's cracking. 15, 20 minutes we there, police whoop up, shut it all down. Folks ain't having it in that suburban area. Get that shit up out of here. Shut it down. We walking back to our vehicles. Now, when I walked up, I noticed the black Audi when I first walked past it. Ain't think nothing of it. Crispy black with the smoke tinted windows. I see a dude in there, and I see the broad, because you know when you first walk up and you can see the front window. So I could see the two passengers in there, the driver and the passenger. Keep walking. But I don't realize it's this fool Tyrese. So when we leaving, one of my boys say, as I get halfway down the road, he went up to me and said, Cap. He said, big homie, the fool, the dude, what's his name, man? You didn't see him in the black car? The black Benz? I go, who? What was you talking about, man? He said, so my artist, Savage B, said, I think he trying to say, Tyrese, Cap. I said, what? And I spent like this. Where, nigga, where? Show me, come on. So he pointed the black car. So we spent back around. I walked straight up to that car. I walk up to the Audi, hit that fucking window. He rolled it down about this much. I said, roll the motherfucking window down, blood. And he rolled it down. I said, nigga, you know who I am? He go, no, OG, what's up? Who? No, OG, I don't know you. I said, yeah, well, you finna know me. I said, fool, I'm Bunny Hunter BJ from Nixon Garden. I'm CEO of Paper Chase Entertainment. I said, fool, you got something to belong to me. He go, I don't even know you, OG. I said, fool, you finna know me then, motherfucker. I said, who your manager? Or who run you, man? Take down my number or give me your manager number, man. You stole my concept, homeboy. 2,000 watts belong to me, man. He go, huh? I said, yeah, fool, 2,000 watts. And so he took my number, gave my number to his manager, which was DP, Greg Sparks at the time. He was from the road of the 60s. He wasn't an actual gangbanger, but he from that hood, from the 60s. So GP hit me immediately, boom. Yeah, let me speak to Nino. Well, it's him. What's happening? What's up? Who this? This is Greg, man, GP. What's happening? He said, yeah, I managed the kid, man. I said, the kid who, homeboy? He said, Tyrese. I said, oh, what's happening, man? Yeah, that fool stole my concept, my nigga. So we talking. So he set a meeting up. I go to M&M's. Now, before I get to M&M's, and me knowing from my street tactics and, you know, my street mentality, okay, GP is from that area. But even though he's not an actual active gang member, he's still from that side. And I know he's a street cat. So I said, I know he gonna move a certain way. And then he don't know how I'm coming. I already got a street attitude and a reputation in the streets for motherfuckers know I smashes. So he, in his mind, he may thinking I'm coming on some attitude shit. So I'm sure he gonna have a squad with him. So I sent two of my boys first, check out the little perimeters. I set a cat at Krispy Kremes across the street, donuts. You got Louisiana Fried Chicken right here, and then you got the record shop right there where you seen in the training day where Snoop was in the wheelchair. Mm-hmm. He had a cat in the car in that parking lot. Then he had another cat in the car. He had a cat in M&M's with him. I come, same way, same setup. Two soldiers, I walk in M&M's. Walk in M&M's, greet him, shake hands, we sit down, we literally eat and have a meeting. So the bottom line was he came up with the idea like, well, what can we do to come up with an understanding, or what can we do to squash this, man? Because, you know, he's just a youngster, man. You know, he a kid. You know, I just got him to deal with Coca-Cola, man, you know, singing on the bus, the Coca-Cola commercial. So I just got him the deal, man. Now, you know, John looking at him, man, because John wrote this movie for Tupac. And John said he can't see nobody else doing this movie, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the chance to meet me yet, though. That was the only thing. Before he met him, I wish I'd have got that opportunity. Trust me, Baby Boy would have been on a whole nother level. You feel me?
Right.
And so, anywho, GP said, what if we come up with the concept of 2 albums? I said, shit, that'll work. Me again, thinking business and thinking, let me give in order for me to receive. I'm willing to give. Fuck it. So he said, what if we come up with 2 albums? Cool. So the plan was a R&B 2,000 watts, a hip hop 2,000 watts, The Redemption. So I changed it to The Redemption. 2,000 watts, Redemption. I'll show you my album right now. It's going to say 2,000 watts, Redemption. Here it said 2,000 watts. Mm-hmm. So we come to an agreement. Cool, okay, boom. Before any of this, the agreement can pan out, 2,000 Watts Day occurred 2 weeks later. I don't know, they already had this planned and had already produced and everything was already set up. This was when Tyrese started bringing celebrities to Watts, to Drew Medical Youth Center and Martin Luther King Hospital parking lot to do an open concert, a free concert for the community of Watts and Compton. So the first year, I wasn't on the tag. Oh, I blew a fuse. Wait. How am I not on the tag and I'm supposed to have a situation going on with y'all? How am I not on the tag when the deal was Tyrese give us a verse, we give him a verse. I got a song on him on my album. He got a song of the Watts Theory Assassins on his album. That was the deal. It didn't happen.
He didn't put your verse on the album?
They kept prolonging us. So now this concert occurred and I find out, and we don't even know about the concert too. Now, my connection with GP, I got a direct connection with him, so I called GP to find out what's going on. He said, no, man, everything is coming along, man. It's just taking time. I got to put it all together. Okay, cool. So I'm believing in GP. Okay, cool. This concert happened, but we not on the tag. I can't get in touch with GP. We not on the tag. I go up there, man, with about, at least, no exaggerating, I went up there with about 26 people. Now probably 30 because I had my dancers and my crew, artists. Once I got there, everybody who know me started merging over there to me, hollering at me, and trying to get in with VIP with me. So now I got Grape Streets, PJ Watts, Mona Parks, 118th, Glasses Malone Hood, Compton niggas, all know me, Crips and Bloods, together. Now I got about 70 people with me, trying to get in VIP with me, like they my entourage. So I play on it. Okay, they want to play games. I'm gonna show you how I utilize my power. So I go to the front gate, I'm in the side gate where VIP section is, where the trailers is, at Star Trailers and all that, trying to get in. They tell me I ain't on the list. I said, well, look, you need to go holler at such and such. I said, where's Reggie? Where's Mr. Reggie? Mr. Reggie was the music director at Locke High School, he's the guy who was responsible for Tyrese's career, actually. He was one of the structurers and one of the programmers of the program. So I told him, man, go get Reggie, man. And so the lady come back and she was talking to the security guy and trying to tell him, they say, they're not on the list, nobody gets in. As she's mumbling to him, I'm reading her lips and I can hear her. And I said, fuck that shit, bro, what she mean? And I walked to the security, I said, what the fuck she talking about? What she say? And I go right on past him and walked in. As I walk in, here come my artist slash nephew, Too Tall, which is 6'3", 6'4". He fall right behind me. My other young homie, he's about 6'2". Jamil, he fall behind me. And then the rest of the crew just bars right behind me. Boom. Now we in. People screaming. And Jada Pickett's over here standing up, doing little autographs, taking pictures and stuff over here. You got a couple of celebrities over here, Al Jarreau and them. So now I'm in. So now as I'm in there, I'm sitting, I'm looking around. And I look, and I spot the food trailer. So now I turn this way to go walk that way. He coming out the trailer for to go hit the stage. I catch him. Tyrese! He turn around. He look. I said, what's up? He look at me, and he look at me and turned his head like he didn't see me. So I cut him off. As I cut him off, here go his body going. As I'm cutting him off, I take right off, fire, bam. I don't know he off duty though. I fire, bam. As I fire, Too Tall pick up the slack, catch him, boom, sent him. By this time now, I got able to grab this fool. So I grabbed Reese cup, Mortal Kombat style. Come here, motherfucker. Fuck you thought you, what the fuck you think? As I grab him, the second body go up through the shield on me. LAPD, let him go. LAPD, man, LA. I look, I let him go. Cause I was on my way finna sock his ass cause I got him now. And I seen the police and I let him go. As I seen him, here come the sheriff, hit the gate. They coming. With the squad, the maces, the gear, all that shit. Now people running, certain cats robbing motherfuckers back there. And I happen to look over, they on their way finna get Jada Pickett. So I had to go over there and stop them motherfuckers. Leave her alone, homie, leave her alone, man.
We're gonna rob her?
Yeah, bro. They was like, take her down. And Jada got her little ass up out of there. Pew, got her shit and got up out of there, man. But yeah, 2,000 watts. So the first one, we didn't perform. So the second year, they made sure I was on that tag.
Okay.
And we got on with Cam and them that year.
Cameron?
No, Cam. Cam and Solo. Them my boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got on with Cam and them that year.
But so, what are your feelings towards Tyrese now?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, because, again, man, me coming into Hollywood circle out of Nixon Garden, pursuing an acting career / film producer, writer, music career, I had to learn a lot of shit, man, that either I changed a lot of my ways and my business tactics, or I ain't gonna make it in this business. I ain't gonna make a career. I'm gonna have to resort back to the streets.
Right.
Because certain things was not gonna be tolerated when it came down to business. It's business, man.
Right.
And I had to understand that. A1, I came into the industry, I was very homophobic. Very. I mean, very. I didn't have no understanding about it. You sucking on some cocks. Fuck you. You dipping, fuck you. Okay. Now I'm saying to each his own, brother.
Right.
That's your bedroom, that's your shits, to each his own. Fuck it. Because I'm a freak, but I love women.
Right.
Love the shit out of them. I do my thing. To each his own, man.
Right.
You feel me? And that's what I had to grow to. And what taught me that, Adam, was, I'll never forget this. I sit down to do a TV pitch, and it was a Jew executive. And he was a full-fledged homosexual. And I sit my jackass down and got to run at my homophobia mouth and talk my ass right on up out that TV deal.
Oh, fuck.
Talk my ass, yeah, no shit, real talk. This 2007.
Right.
Talk my, and I just did my movie, King of Watts, produced my independent film. So I'm finna get a television deal based off my film. They finna do a series on it. Shut my ass down, but what I respected about him was in that meeting, we had matter of fact, we had chins. And when I got there, it was me, my boy Patrick Julian, which was a writer, white guy, up out of Michigan, blue eye, blonde head, white guy, straight writer. And he introduced me to him, but he didn't give me heads up that, hey, this is executive, and hey, man, you know who run Hollywood. I didn't know then, but I damn sure found out then. I've heard the rumors, but I knew then, okay, I know who's running this shit. All right, let me get my ass in place and let me follow the protocol then. Let me switch my characteristics up and let me understand some shit and learn some shit. You feel me? And so he sit me down, bro, and he literally told me, you know, that he's gonna pass on it, but I'm gonna teach you something. So the next opportunity you get, because you're gonna get opportunities because you're a star. You got it in you, but you gotta change that attitude. And he sit me down over dinner, bro, and he just talked to me and schooled me. And he let me know, he say, who runs this? I said, what do you mean? Who runs Hollywood? I said, shit, the white man. He go, we do. I said, what do you mean? We who? We do. It's a particular community, and we run this shit. He told me just like that, bro. Wow. I was like, whoa.
They don't normally say it, I don't think.
Now that's just what blew my head back, because he said he didn't go with the alphabets. That's why he said particular community.
Right.
This was 2007.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. But I learned from that. From that day on, I learned. 2 learning experiences that I had to learn from the Hollywood syndrome, man, was from an audition that I did for a film for a leading role. And immediately when I walked in the room, the casting director, she wanted me. She wanted to book me for this leading role. But she said I lit her fucking room up. I just couldn't do it because you came in there and lit my room up. And I just felt that was so disrespectful. As an artist, you should have been more professional. I said, what do you mean? And this was Twinkie Berg. You ever heard the casting director, Twinkie Berg? Shout out to Twinkie.
Lit the room up?
Her brother named Jeff Berg.
Lit the room up? How?
You know how you smoke?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had smoked before I got to my audition. And from that point on, this was 15, 16, 17 years ago, 2004 when I did Young Caesar, one of the biggest gross DVDs that came out, man, HBO, BET. I co-starred in the movie. And I did this, I'm the supervisor, and I did the music score in the film. And she ended up recasting me anyway as a co-star role. That's how good I was. She wanted me, But I could have had that leading role in that film as Young Caesar if I would have came in that room smelling like weed. Because I walked in as Young Caesar. I was the character.
Right.
I booked the shit out the character, but I smell like weed. And she was from New York, one of them Afrocentric sisters, very Afrocentric. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, man.
So she's like judging you.
Yeah, you feel me? And so
that's always weird when you realize that someone's looking at you like a fucking stereotype.
Yeah, bro.
Because I'll be high as fucking public too sometimes, and then I just like someone's gaze will just make you feel so much judgment.
Yeah, so that's what happened to me, eh?
Yeah.
And from there, I just started learning, brother, and I just learned, and I just started really building myself, redefining my characteristics, and from there, it was cool. And like I say, for us, Tyrese, we had another second meeting. Mm-hmm. We all met up on set. John Singleton hired me for Baby Boy and turned around and fired me for Baby Boy.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Because I put my hands on a Reese Cup.
Oh, wow. All because of that.
GP got me the role. GP got me an audition while we were in traffic. We were on our way to Columbia Records to meet with John, but he had a meeting. So he called GP over the speaker, and I auditioned. I did a 2-minute monologue right there in the car. He told me, once he introduced me, we talked. He said, yeah, GP told me about me. He told me you got chops, man. He said, I'm hearing your voice, but I like your voice. He said, all right, you got 2 minutes, man. You got 2 minutes of my time right now. Give me a 2-minute monologue. And I didn't even let him finish. I went straight into OG Bobby Johnson, South Central on his ass.
Really?
I went straight in.
Just telling them about yourself or what?
No, the characteristics, that particular scene. Jimmy, look at me, son. If you kill a man, or if you steal from a man, that particular scene, okay. I did that monologue on him.
Wow.
Shook him. Take him to the office. Take him to 43rd. I got him. They booked me. I go to 43rd in the Merck Park, which is where his office was. He was in the hood. Central in the hood. I went over, and I didn't even know that. Went over there, pick up my packet. Now I'm just waiting to come back to pick up my actual advancement pay and get the actual production breakdown, shooting days and times. I didn't get to that level because I ended up doing that shit at the concert.
Right. Did you even like beat Tyrese up that bad, or did you just kind of grab him?
No, I just snatched him. I didn't get a chance to put my hands on him. I never actually literally put hands on him. I grabbed him like Mortal Kombat and pulled him to me. I was on my way to put hands on him, but it didn't take place because that officer jumped in and shielded him. Feel me? But I'm glad I didn't in the end because I probably would have paid for it prison-wise. I know for a fact I would have. You know what I'm saying? But after that, like I said, we met up on the set of Waist Deep. Once again, I was hired or fired on Waist Deep. I shut Waist Deep down, cost them about $150,000. I got a direct relationship with Vondy Curtis. That's how I got hired for Waist Deep. I didn't even do an audition for Waist Deep. Brought me straight in. Game ended up getting my role. That was my role originally. I was meathead.
But you lost it. Why?
Because of him. Tyrese seen the production package on the table, and he seen the co-stars. And he seen the character of Meathead was me. And he seen my picture, and he told Vonnie, he said, hey, you guys casting him? And Vonnie said, yeah, that's BJ. Yeah, that's a great guy. That's my guy. He gonna knock this meathead right on out. My little homeboy, Hollywood, he works for TDE, Top Dog. Hollywood runs TDE's nonprofit organization with the kids. Hollywood was one of the co-writers on it. He the one called me and say, you know, Vondy doing a Waist Deep movie. Cap, I'm about to get you in. And he plugged me to Vondy. I had a relationship with Vondy because I did my first documentary with Vondy Curtis, which is called Through the Eyes of the Children, 112th and Central. And it's the aftermath of the 1992 riots. And so that's what gave me my epiphany that I could do this acting shit, man. I'm great at it. I got a straight phonetic memory where I could take a script. You give me a script right now and give me 1 hour. I guarantee you, bro, I go into character. I memorize all my lines. I memorize the dialogue and other characters. I'm just gifted with that. It was just a gift that was given, so I can memorize my scripts, line scripts, characteristics, everything. So it was already embedded in me. And I was like, man, I want to do this, man. I really want to do this. So they put me in school my first year, and I took my hustling money and started putting my way to school. My homies thought I was crazy for investing in myself. Now, you motherfuckers crazy for sitting here think this shit gonna last.
For sure. Okay, so last question is just, after all these years, how do you feel about gangbanging and gangs in general?
Hey, man, I want to say this to the public, to everybody out there in TV land. Fuck gangs.
Really?
Fuck gangs, man. And I'm telling you from a real double OG perspective, man, who once was, a bloody gang member, man, and you couldn't pin me from gangs. But from what I know as a grown man, a father, a new grandfather, I just had a new grandson 4 days ago, Adam.
Congrats.
His name is Amias Legend Johnson.
It must be amazing.
Yes, man. I'm so happy, bro, and blessed, and I feel good about it, man, because I'm going to teach him so much, man. You know, I'm instilling him so much, man. And so for me, through my growth, bro, I just think the shit is just, it's enough, man. We did it. See, I feel like we made all the mistakes. When I say we, my generation, second generation, first generation, to the last of the third generation. Because after our third generation, it's a wrap. Them was my baby homies. Our little homies under us was our third generation. After that, the kids, millennium babies, the peace treaty babies, they didn't gangbang, they didn't have to. See, that's the difference. See, a lot of these cats didn't gangbang. They fronting, because you was in the peace treaty. When did you have time to gangbang? The gangbanging started after the millennium kicked in, and they decided they want to go back to gangbanging. But then it's on a different level. Now it's clicks, it's not banging. So if you're able to put yourself in a position where y'all can project clicks, where meaning these Crip hoods that normally didn't get along, now you get along with these bloods that you normally would have been shooting at and killing, but y'all getting along to go at these motherfuckers, then why not everybody just going to come together? Why not cease this shit, period, bro? Why not give the kids a future and a chance, if nothing else then? That's the way I see it. That's why I went into peace in 1992. Okay, fuck it being about me. The hell with my ignorance and me thinking ignorant. They make a point then, man. What about the future of the kids? What's gonna happen when I decide to start having kids? What I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna still be out here gangbanging? I don't think so. I ain't riding around with my kids in the car getting shot up and all that shit. No, I seen too many dudes get it like that. Nah, bruh. I vowed that I would never do that to some kids. I would never threaten my kids. Like, that's why I wouldn't put no flags in my kids' pockets, no early age, taking pictures and all that shit. Nah, man. I didn't realize my son, I got twins, Nino and Nina, and my firstborn, little BJ. I didn't realize my son was mimicking me in certain ways. I was throwing up the horns for Trill, right? This is our horns right here for Texas.
My kid's about to turn 3. She copies everything.
And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that, Adam. So in my mind, like, I know my babies ain't the gang shit all the time, man. Little Nino back there. I'm looking at pictures, art count pictures, and going through videos, and I'm seeing him with the crew, 5 or 10 artists, and he in the middle.
Right. With
the W hat on. 7, 8 years old, I'm going, oh, man. But you know what I'm saying? But the thing was, I didn't embed it in him, and I damn sure wasn't allowing him to go in the streets with it. So nah, man. My take to that, brother, is I think it should just come to a halt and cease, man. It's been too long. It's been over 60 years now, man. It's been over 60 years, bro. I've reached a milestone point in my life right now. My birthday came September the 4th. I reached that milestone point in my life. God has blessed me to the point where I would never thought I'd see this. Bro, I cherish this shit. And if me being the leader that I am and the influencer that I am, man, I'm gonna continue to influence the peace and the structure of change and growth in this generation, so the next generation will have a chance, bro. If not, we doomed, man.
Yeah.
Cause as far as I'm concerned, I live my life. I did the best with the best of the best. That's why this material shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. My priorities are intact. I'm about consuming land and building and building my legacy, and you know that car shit, jewelry, that shit is toys to me. Bullshit. Get your priorities right. Without this, you ain't got shit. This your power, youngins. I always tell all the youngins in the world, this is your power. Education. It's better than any gun, any bomb, any bazooka, because this is power.
Right.
How you think them people up top pull all the triggers and they don't never pull a gun? You don't never see them out here on front line. This shit right here. And you can attain it too, man. All you gotta do is go to school.
It's
You
real.
know what I'm saying? You gotta go to school, man. It's a must.
Yeah.
And I preach that, man. And that's even for, I tell this to OG, like I'm in USC right now, Adams.
Really?
I'm working on my 3rd degree.
Wow.
I don't have to. I choose to. I have a master's degree in producing and directing. I have an A degree in drama arts and theater. Me and T. Rogers graduated LACC together in 2004. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in USC right now, and I heard certain cats on the internet say, "Oh man, you old dude in school." Yeah, but if I wouldn't give a fuck if I was 65, 62, 64, 74. If I choose to go to school and 74 in school, guess what? That's where they need to be. Because it was a choice they need to make. Obviously, they didn't have that. And certain cats couldn't even read and write in the past. So what's wrong with them going to school today to make a difference? There's nothing wrong with it. So I take change very sincere, bro. And I take that when people take the initiative to say, all right, I'm finna make a change in my life and I'm gonna grow, then you gotta really do that shit. You can't play with it. And then when you do it for real, you're gonna see results. You're gonna see your results. I see my results all the time. I'm happy within myself. I've all these years in my life, being in them streets, bro, and always being at it, I didn't never think I'd find peace, Adam. Feel me? Being post-traumatic, being even diagnosed to that shit, I didn't think I'd never find peace, bro, because I've seen so many deaths, bodies, guts, brains, eyeballs, literally, man. You know what I'm saying? Waking up in the cold sweat in the middle of the night next to baby, dreaming, nightmares, shit I done to motherfuckers in the past, hunting me. You can hear people, parents in your mind. I've been through some shit, bruh. So to be where I'm at today, talking to you on this platform, the reason why I made my show, because it's therapeutic to me. It's straight therapeutic to talk to my peoples, man, because I'm for the people, by the people, to the people, uncut. You know my damn slogans.
Man.
Hey, man, RE, man, Adam 22. I told y'all it was going to be exclusive. I told y'all it was going to be history, man. Me and Big A, man.
That was
I told
fire.
y'all, man.
Thank you, dog.
We was
for
going to
real.
sit down like real gentlemen, man, real men, man, exclusively, man. Hey, man, give me some, man.
It is 8:40.
I
PM,
appreciate you,
burning
man.
the midnight oil. That was unbelievable. Thank you so much. That
Yes,
was like
sir.
really
Yes, sir,
like
man.
motivational, incredibly informative interview. Honestly, thank you.
You got to get me back, man.
Yeah,
No jumper,
yeah.
man.
Let's run it back.
I'm out here.
Bounty Hunter BJ,
Yes,
my
sir.
man. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, etc. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Drink water. Shout out Patrick CC. Yo.